Push all the buttons.
All buttons have been pushed. We are live.
Yay! Alrighty, hello, welcome. This is session, I believe, 24 of Roll for Severity's second D&D campaign. It is 24, right?
Yes.
Yes. Look at that. Halfway to 50. Or almost halfway to 50. Oh my god, it's been a long morning. We stream live every Sunday at noon PST, right here at twitch.tv/Roll for Severity. I am Miss Wolfinger, the sleepy DM for this campaign, and I am joined by the three lovely players that you see before you, Kit, Tom, and Giggle. If you are looking to rewatch any past episodes, they are all uploaded onto YouTube, and you can rewatch them about a week after they've aired, assuming Giggle gets around to it or remembers.
Remembers is usually the troublesome part.
You got things to do. You got cats to brush.
Kitties.
So, before we get underway, just a couple quick things to mention. First things first, each month we donate a portion of all income generated by Roll for Severity to charity. So this includes things like direct donations, bits, subscriptions, and any sales from the Roll for Severity store. This month's charity is, yes, Youth Empowerment and Support Services. It's an Edmonton-based organization that provides low-barrier shelters, temporary housing, and individualized support for youth ages range 15 to 24. You can check out their website at yes.org or on Twitter at yess.org. Having previously mentioned the store, we have one. It's full of super cool swag and masks and mugs, baby clothes, so check it out at your own leisure. The store is up on tpublic.com/user/roll4severity, and there's a link somewhere below the stream that you can click and it'll take you right there. The last point, this is not a pre-made 5th Ed campaign. We have varied rules, use different player mechanics, and make weird in-game adjustments. So the rules, as you know them, may not always work as written. So fair warning, gonna get super homebrewed up in here. And without any further ado, to the players, what do you remember happening last time?
Well, I remember we had a fight pit and there were Sharon husbands. That was
that was the
two
one
sessions.
previous to last.
That was two sessions ago, but that was one of the notable recent moments we had.
But big takeaway, Sharon husbands.
Big takeaway, Sharon husbands.
We decided we were going to a desert, I believe.
Yeah, we were going to go to the desert. Well, I mean, there's also Slamazon Prime. Slamazon Prime is also very noteworthy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have to, someone can hook us up with a teleporter or has already hooked us up with a teleporter, but we have to go to a separate location to use it, if I'm remembering it correctly.
Yeah, we need to go and find the NPC. That was Irasil, that we have to go and find them in Newport. We also were informed that there is a safe house about a week south of the current city we're in.
Yeah.
So we were deciding we were going to go to the desert, and on the way back from the desert, hit the safe house, which may or may not have additional gear, and then head north to the frozen lands. We've told the boat to basically bugger off and go do whatever they want for a little while, and that Naroke will send them a message when we are on our way back to the city to come pick us up.
We ran into some bandits who were a couple of twin little old ladies and possibly their grandkids.
We hung one of them in a tree.
We did hang one of them in a tree.
She was fine. We let her down after.
It's fine. I gave them like 5 gold each.
Yep.
I admired their spirit.
Almost blew one up, but just managed to avoid that, so that was nice.
Yeah, Marsh vaporized a tree.
That one was hiding.
Yep.
Usually the spell doesn't work that good.
When you really need it, it kind of fizzles. Yes, so the group of bandits had been defeated in your very own special way. Dominic perhaps feeling kind of a sense of respect for the elderly sisters, leading the ragtag team of misfits. And the party is continuing east, trying to track down the elf known as Irasil, whom you were informed by Ginley's contact Morphe could potentially help you get to the Mora Desert quicker.
Yeah, the Mora Desert, we gotta find a pyramid.
Yes. Yes, another capital city of noteworthiness. And so the road that you're on is now well maintained. No pits or ambush spots carefully made into it. And it curves north slightly, eventually merging with the path that you chose not to take, the safer path. And that one, you'll recall, before you went off-roading, was quite busy. And this one continues to be busy. Like, you're seeing people coming and going, various groups, a lot of caravans, couple solo travelers, some on horseback. As you're traveling, there's a caravan there, kind of going at the same pace as you. Do you guys keep to yourselves?
Yeah.
What's the caravan look like?
Well, it's a very, very big wagon, surprisingly being pulled by a little donkey. And the donkey doesn't seem to be straining or anything. It's doing a real good job.
Interesting.
Yeah, the man kind of riding the wagon will eventually, like, reach over every so often, give him a piece of cat corn. And so you'll hear, like, a little meow before the donkey makes a donkey noise. And it's kind of weird.
Meow.
If you
This,
can-
Aw.
this donkey makes this cart like 300% more interesting.
Yeah. I'm intrigued now. How low is the cart riding on the axle? Like, it just doesn't look like it's laden down with a lot of really heavy stuff, or no?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, it's a big load.
Okay, so I'm gonna sidle up alongside, kind of eye up the donkey, and be like, "What kind of donkey is that?"
He's a purebred mutt.
Ah.
This is actually just a barbarian polymorphed into a donkey.
Oh my god. He's got like a straw hat, a little piece of straw sticking from his mouth there. His caravan's flanked on either side by two guardy-looking guards.
Oh.
Yeah, men not in like farmer attire, but just and not in armor either, but kind of looking sturdy. And they each have a weapon on them, and they're keeping pace. There's also a gentleman that you think might be with the caravan. He's sort of walking in pace with them, but looks odd. Like he's wearing like a long dark cloak, has his face kind of up, but he sort of is close enough that you kind of think he's with the group. But yeah,
Group adjacent.
Group
Yeah.
adjacent.
great group adjacent.
To go, if I stand in general proximity to this group and someone attacks us, they'll deal with the problem for me.
That might be it. This here's Bessie. She's been in the family for 3 generations now.
It's an old donkey.
So, Bessie's, well, I guess that depends. How old are your generations?
Got a little bit of gnome blood in there. They're pretty darn old. And now that you're thinking about it, he's sitting down, but he does look pretty short. She don't look a day over 250.
Just asking, how long do donkeys generally live in your experience?
Well, the neighbors, they don't last more than 6 years or so before the bump wolves get them.
Oh, not the bumble.
Marsh remembers.
So, yep, I remember the Bumblewolves too.
I thought they were like a nice local fauna, all contained in their nice little zone. Apparently, they're a bit of a pest.
But, Betsy's purebred mutt kind. She lives to be older than spit.
Good to know.
If I may inquire, what are you transporting at this hour?
We got some clothing there, some food, some rocks, just some goods over to Newport, some supplies. They're a small town. They don't get out too much.
I'm not from around here, but normally people don't transport rocks unless they're building something.
Yeah, they had a little trouble with a church there a few months back. They needed some raw materials to fix that up.
So, that makes perfect sense.
What kind of trouble did it have at the church?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm sure it was kids, really, if I had to guess, but
Oh,
I
them
didn't
darn
get the
kids.
lowdown.
How,
Darn kids.
how many rocks are you transporting?
7.
Garrett, how many rocks we got there? And one of the guards kind of perks up and is like, 5. I don't fucking know.
Okay, well, I mean, that actually seems like a, that seems like a kid amount of damage, so that's not too suspicious. I
we
guess.
look at the rocks, all the rocks are about fist size.
I just pictured like 5 rock bricks just neatly stacked up on each other like a little tiny pyramid.
If you look into the back, I would say you can see like a decent sized square kind of brick. Like it looks, yeah. The story adds up.
Sorry. Did you say you're going to Newport?
Oh yeah, Newport there. We make this trip about a couple times a month there. They're good folk.
I guess it's kind of like. I guess I just ask out of character because Marsh would remember. We're stopping by a safe house first before Newport, or is it in Newport?
The safe house we are going to is after. We're going to go to the Moor Desert, then go to the safe house. Because the Moor Desert was it due west?
Yeah, kind of due west, a ways away. But Irisil, this elf, is due west a couple days away and can get you there potentially quicker.
Yeah.
Or
So-
that's summer.
Meanwhile, the safe house is a week south of the city.
Correct.
So if I remember, is it? Sorry for the correction. Is it Newport Safe House Desert, or is it Newport Desert Safe House?
Newport
I think it's
Desert
Newport
Safe
Desert
House.
Safe House.
Okay, cool.
Change at any time.
I guess yeah. Marsh just kind of asks, well, going to Newport, I guess could we like hitch a ride with you guys?
Oh,
Or at
that'd be
least
mighty
walk
fine.
alongside.
Yeah, you betcha. Gary, you don't got a problem with that, eh? Gary just grunts.
Which one's Gary?
He's to the left of the wagon. The wagon's left. He's like the taller blonde one. He's got blonde dreadlocks.
But he's
For a
one of the
second, I thought
guards.
it was-
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
described the guards, so.
Oh yeah.
But he's one of the
guard.
guards. He's not the cloaked fellow.
Yeah, one of the guards.
For a
Okay.
second, I thought the donkey was Gary.
me too, a bit. Gary's either the donkey or the guy in the cloak who's like the son who's going through his goth phase and just doesn't want to directly associate with the family.
Yeah,
I
but
want
yeah.
to go to Disneyland.
It's not edgy enough, Mom.
Yeah, so if you choose to travel with them, Farmer Man, he offers up his name. He's like, I'm Joseph.
Nice
And
to
as
meet
you
you,
travel-
Joseph. Bowen.
Pleasure's all mine.
Because we also have to keep in mind that we do also have our
Your,
lovely cohort along with us.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be saying Naroke to Endress. Yeah,
Well, I mean, she's heard Naroke refer to his name as Naroke as well.
Yeah, that's
so-
true.
Probably just thinks it's some sort of work nickname or something.
Work nickname, middle name. I think we've written it off as like a middle name a few times.
You've done that before. With this group, other than Garrett, the guard, and the cloaked fellow, they seem very chatty. You know, any questions you want to ask, they answer. They're not standoffish. Donkey sets a pretty good pace.
Naroke's gonna ask about Tall, Dark, and Broody. The guy in the cloak.
Broody. Don't know if that's his name there. He joined up with us back in the town of Yespit. Made a little stop there to get the bricks, you see. And he said he was traveling this way. We told him we're going to Newport. He said that was close enough. Asked if we could help get him there, and that's about that. He ain't very chatty fellow.
So what you doing in Newport, Broody?
Broody does not acknowledge you. Broody continues to walk. In fact, actually, you can kind of see him turn his kind of cloaked head the other way. Perhaps he heard you, but he just doesn't want to.
Unacknowledges you.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
I know, right? Just trying to strike up conversation, and he's like, no, I'm going to actively ignore you. That's just uncalled for.
Oh, yeah, don't take it personal, none. He ain't chatty to me either, and I usually get the folks talking after a little bit. He ain't having it.
Oh, his loss.
Exactly. You folks like ale?
Absolutely.
Oh, I tell you what, when we make out for camp here, we're gonna have a pass a drink around.
I'm certainly down for that.
Excellent. Marsh, will you partake?
Very, very lightly.
How about you, Nick?
Nick is strictly a liquor-only drinker.
Fair enough.
Spirits only for them.
Shouldn't have roke. Anyways, anything else you want to ask the group, or just traveling along?
I think just traveling on from Naroke's perspective. Like he'd make like idle chatter with the fellow.
I reckon it's a really good conversation you have with him. Get along.
Nick is gonna try and like orbit the guy with the cloak and see what details he can pick up.
Discern? Yeah, absolutely. Cloak, super long, comes back around to his calves or whatever, doesn't hit the ground. Dark boots. It seems like the cloak is really good at shadowing his face, so you're not really discerning any details there. And if you're coming around him, he's actively, trying to avoid you. The cloak itself is fairly ornate. If you get a real good look at it, like it's got where it clasps and like flows down. It's sort of red stitching and stuff, like a little embroidery. It's really pretty. And there's also a red eye on each of his shoulders, like an embroidered red eye. So it's a nice cloak.
Red eyes
Intriguing.
usually isn't a great sign, but I'm not gonna try to judge too hard.
See, like as a player, it's like, I was like, do I know anything about the like if that would like be associated with religion? But at the same time, Naroke would not care, so it's just like, yeah, like unless it was, I think unless it was pointed out to Naroke, Naroke just wouldn't care.
You keep that revelation to yourself, Dominic?
I am going to sidle up to Naroke at one point in a pause with the conversation with the driver, and just be like, "Hey, do you recall anything about like the red eye symbol? If that's got any special significance, like magic, like religion-wise type stuff? I don't know anything about it."
What would I be rolling for that, Mel? Would that be religion? Would that be history?
Say religion. Yeah.
Arcana? Like, what are we looking?
Let's do history or religion, your choice.
Okay. 5.
I love that you're a cleric who's not proficient in religion.
I know. I mean, the fact that Naroke's god may or may not even exist is like on par with that. So
Yeah. It's kind of familiar, but you really got no details. You're like, yeah, I think it's something important. There's something there. I kind of recognize it, but it's not coming to you.
Naroke goes rummaging through his bag, and he's like, red eyes. And he pulls out the 2 like red gems that we had gotten from like the snake statue, from the eyes of the snake statue, and just like turns and like holds those up and looks at Nick. Is like, I got nothing.
Okay. Those really suit you, by the way.
And as you're rummaging through your chest looking for those red eyes and you put them up, Dominic, you just see a little yellow vial, like potion, like stand up on Naroke's head and start chittering.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Yeah, I do have the sentient bottle still in my bag.
Yeah.
They are
Nick
still
is going to say nothing.
So Naroke, unless you put it back in the chest, it's going to just kind of ride on you.
I guess that depends. What was the yellow potion?
Shoot. I don't have that readily here. That was a long time ago. Why, are you going to drink it?
No. It was more so, is it one that, like, if it were to decide to, like, oh gosh, I'm scared, and leap off my head and break, would this be, like, direly sad? Just taking a...
So many sessions ago.
It was, and I'm... the yellow potion was the potion of Tasha's hideous laughter. Naroke, it's not trying to escape, it's just sitting there, correct?
Correct.
And Naroke will let it go for a ride.
Okay. None of the guards, nor does Joseph comment on your new accomplice on your head. Perhaps they've seen weirder.
Well, I mean, I imagine the guards have listened to the conversation between Joseph and I, just like, He's as dense as the load we're carrying. Got it.
So, probably making good time. You've never done this trip before, but 6 more hours of travel pass, and the day is coming to the end. The sun is lowering closer to the twisted tree line, and Joseph and the guards start talking about making camp for the night. They don't want to press on. Not that this part is particularly dangerous, but they'd rather just get a good night's rest and then make the rest of the journey tomorrow. I assume you guys are going to stick with them as they're
Yep.
making camp?
Yeah, might as well.
Yep.
Cool.
I've been promised ale.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool. They find like an old ruins, not like a cave or a big old town or something. It's just a couple walls that are crumbling and kind of overtaken by the forest. That would be a good place to back up the caravan to. There's a little pit that they're going to set a fire around. So people are offloading the donkey there, feeding them a bit more cat corn, and just kind of setting up their own little tents for the night. And then they're kind of mumbling out about watches and stuff. And Garrett's super grumpy. He's like, I did all watches last night. I'm sleeping the entire night. I'm not doing it. Joseph's like, you did all the watches because you volunteered when you got drunk on ale.
It's all right. My friends and I can take a couple of watches as well.
Kindly thank you there. Perfect. So this is the cool little clearing you get to. Can you guys see it? Just double
Yep.
checking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
perfect.
fact that there's a battle map for this is not ominous at all.
So yeah, they're the guys here. This is farmer. This is Joseph. I shouldn't say he's a farmer, but kind of looks like a farmer. With his 2 guards, they're kind of offloading stuff, getting the donkey happy. I didn't find a donkey token, so forgive me. I didn't want to make a wolf a donkey. Elder
That's fair.
Rudy, it's still kind of hanging around him, but he kind of slumps against a wall and is just doing his own thing. Kind of looks like he's meditating. Yeah, you guys are free to make your camp or set up wherever you want. But this is your space for the night.
Okay.
Maybe.
I'll mostly set up in I think we could set up in proximity to the other guys without many worries.
Yeah.
What's the statue of?
The statue is of a fist, so like as if it was like plummeting, like piercing through the ground, and it's just a closed fist.
Oh, so it's like a vertical version of that Joe Louis statue in Detroit.
Yes.
Welcome to Detroit. Here's a punch in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Naroke's gonna set up his bedroll like right at the base of the statue. He appreciates the fist.
It's not the greatest color. They were hoping to build a fire like here.
Okay.
So for the night. So that's where they're going to be setting up once they're done with the donkey and whatnot. Yeah. So the air cools slightly. It's now dark, but light by the fire. Father. I'm not doing father again. Screw that.
You don't want to do Father Farmer Gowan again?
Joseph.
Father Farmer Joseph?
Nope. Just Joseph. Having a super great time. As promised, he's pouring ale to anyone that wants it. He's readily trying to get his guards drunk, and you don't think, like, you think he's just a really nice oversharing guy, and maybe getting his guards drunk isn't the greatest since they're supposed to be guarding the load, but he's, readily trying to give it to them. Even to Broody, he's offering a little cup and stuff, and Broody won't take it, just kind of shakes his head, but he'll leave the cup with him anyways. Be like, I know you want it, don't worry. Kind of thing. Just a real upstanding fellow.
Upstanding fellow are trying to get us all killed.
But, like, not in a malicious way.
Naroke's too dumb to incite him, so...
Oh. Anyone else like to insight?
Yeah, I'll try an insight check on Joseph to see if there's anything up with trying to get everybody hammered.
Cool. Yeah, roll me that. Meanwhile, Endress is just hanging out with the donkey because she thinks he's really cute.
That's a 6.
A 6. There's nothing seedy about this guy. There is not a deceptive bone in his
Perfectly upstanding fellow.
This is absolutely fine.
Just legit loves to share drink with people, even strangers around the fire. Yeah. Nothing seems off. Cool. So the night carries on. You guys, I don't know, how for Schnickert are you getting Naroke?
I don't know. That depends on how much ale he has.
He has a lot.
Yeah, but Naroke is very big.
It's true. So if you decide you wanna like drink in somewhat excess, you can roll me a Constitution save, or you can just drink casually and you'll be fine.
Oh, well, let's see how the Constitution save goes for.
Alright.
That's a dirty 20.
Oh man, so he is pouring the drinks, but you're not feeling it at all.
It's like
Yeah.
trying to get a horse drunk.
Yep.
Basically.
Naroke gets like
Lydia?
that's like almost to the buzzed point, but not quite. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna get sick just from drinking too much, not even because I'm actually drunk.
Darn, I gotta stop. Marsh, I assume you just have a tiny bit. Like you
Yeah,
said.
just to be polite and take the offering, but I don't have a ton.
Yeah, hey, that's fair. So at some point in the night, as Naroke is kind of lamenting that he didn't quite tip over to that buzzed side and just shy of the good stuff, this guard here, the tall, darker fellow, starts bringing out harmonica and kind of playing a jaunty tune. And Joseph's like clapping, but not in time to the music. It's really awkward to listen to him. And I want everyone to make maybe perception checks.
Here we go, perceiving things.
8.
7.
7.
We're gonna die.
We're all
8.
8.
We are all going to die.
Let's see if Endress saves you.
Nope. Is that an 8 or a 7?
It was a 7.
Oh,
Well,
God.
at least we all stick in the same.
And that's the end of the
area.
campaign, folks. Goodbye.
Stab you in your sleep. Goodbye.
Pattern modifier, which is not enough. Well, yeah, so you just hear the rowdy music. Really, really good time. You know, even though it's offbeat and kind of painful to listen to, it's somewhat better than Anthony.
That's not a high bar to set.
Not a hard bar to clear.
He was fine.
Just quirky. Yeah, and you guys settle in for the night. Who's taking the first watch?
I'll take first watch.
Cool. And yeah, position yourselves. This guy's gonna sleep here. This guy's sleeping here. He's sleeping with the donkey. Not in a weird way. Warm, like laying on him, like laying back on the
I
top,
like using the donkey.
Phrasing.
basically.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, I don't know, this particular tree is calling me, so I'll mosey on over here.
Yeah, Naroke's just leaning against the fist as he's taking his nap.
Okay. Nick's gonna sit with his back to the fire.
Back to the fire. Okay.
Yeah, and actually, are the woods to the north or the south? The south looks like it's the road.
Yeah. So the woods are more to the north. South is the woods, so this would be the way you came.
Okay.
There's a road that kind of.
Okay, Nick's gonna sit on the north side of the fire then.
Cool. So I want you to roll me percentiles.
Everyone, or just
No, just Dominic. Right.
Okay.
We already did your perceptions, so just want to see.
3.
Really?
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
Are lows good or lows bad?
we're all good. at
Jurask descends
die.
from orbit.
Oh, there it is.
That's great.
I punked Thomas in one of his other D&D games.
I had this whole nice vacation planned and everything.
All right. So as you're kind of backs to the fire, it's nice and warm. You're keeping an eye on where you think the danger is going to be. You hear the crackling of the fire, and it's kind of getting louder. And you're like, man, this fire is really roaring. But as you look back, it's actually died quite a bit, and the crackling is from the rocks of this sort of wall behind you.
Oh, jeez.
Which wall?
And is that showing up?
Nope. Are you on the player layer?
Oh, I'm probably not. Whoop.
Yeah, if you ping on the GM layer, we can't see it. Okay. That one.
Hey, how about that?
Yep.
Why would they have a ping feature that only one person can see?
That's a great question. And it's hard to see. Like you know the wall's there because you had passed it. You hear the scrabbling of something like it's climbing it. But you have to kind of peer over the fire and have your eyes adjust. And you can see eventually a large owl bear.
Hooray!
Thanks, Garrett.
We're all gonna
Fucking-
die.
and it spreads its wings.
Is,
And it
is that one
opens-
of Giggle's tokens?
Yes.
It is, yeah.
It looks amazing, and also I'm furious with you.
I was thinking of switching it to a giant form of that little owl you sent the picture of, because it was kind of perfect that there was an owl bear encounter, and then you shared pictures of owls.
Today's just coming up owls, apparently.
Yep.
I was like, if I could like crop that picture and make it into a token real quick, but I don't know how to do that. Also, that's theft. But yeah. So it sees you, and it's going to swoop in real quick. I'm gonna have everyone roll me initiatives, but since everyone botched their perception,
So to be fair, or just to be clear, this owlbear has wings.
this owlbear has wings.
Oh boy, we about to get fucked.
Hooray! How could an owlbear be worse if it could fucking fly? Also, Pam's
Okay.
very upset with me right now. Hang on.
How come?
I don't know. She's needy.
What did you do?
Dirty 20.
Oh, that's awesome.
14.
So that's Nick, a dirty 20, Naroke, 14, Marsh, at an
Yeah,
8,
so bears can swim,
and Drew.
run on land,
Right.
and now we've given it wings so it can fly.
This is a
There is no
all-terrain
longer
monster.
anywhere that is safe.
Isn't that the truth?
That's like casting levitate on a goddamn shark. Like, no, don't.
Owlbear,
I mean, we already fought plant sharks. Like, what's a flying shark?
the jungle
gonna
land
do?
shark. It's true.
Fly.
Good point.
All right. So before you get that round to actually start combat and wake everyone up, it's going to swoop down at you. Does a 15 hit your AC?
I believe 15 is my AC. Yes, it is. So that'll hit.
Okay. So what it's doing is it's trying to like nip its little beak into your shoulder.
Ow.
So, oh yeah, you take 10 piercing damage.
Ow.
And it just nips and flies off, and moves over. Over here, up top he's on this wall. So he's about.
I'm
20
guessing
feet
it doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity as he passes.
No.
Okay.
And we are now at top of the order. Actual
Yeah.
combat's begun. I assume you're shouting and
Yeah, I'm shouting owlbear!
I thought you'd be shouting "ow."
I'm shouting ow, and then owlbear, and then ow again.
and it is you're top of the order, Nick.
Okay. It's on top of the other wall now?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna step away from the fire a little bit, because I can just imagine a situation where I trip and fall, and this situation gets much worse for me. And then I'm going to fire my crossbow at the owlbear.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a 24 to hit.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5 piercing damage. No sneak attack, because nobody's standing next to it.
Yeah, go figure. Okay. Decent. All right. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Any moving?
I am going to use my, no, I can't use it to dodge. I'm not a monk. Fuck. Are there any walls within 25 feet of me that I could duck behind and try to hide?
There's one directly to your right.
Here. Oh yeah,
Okay.
there's one to So you got this kind of little one that's standing about 7 feet tall. This one's about another 20.
Okay, I'm gonna dip behind the 20-foot one.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try and hide, so I think I have to roll stealth for that.
But yeah.
There's a natural 1. My first time rolling stealth in combat.
I would just imagine you tripped over the guys who went to hide behind the wall and just boof.
That's actually probably it.
Yeah, I
He's
tripped
pretty
over
sleeping.
fucking Broody over here. Ow, Pam. Stop it. Stop it.
Which wakes Broody up. All right, so you're trying to stealth behind the wall as you get tangled up in Broody.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's all I got.
love it. Farmers churn, so they're sort of alarmed at the kind of noises of the owlbear and you getting attacked and signaling owlbear. None of them have seen an owlbear before, So the first thing you hear is Joseph go, "Well, is it an owl or is it a bear?" And then, shit, it's both.
This one definitely feels more owl than bear. It can fly.
Yeah, until you realize it can punch you too.
Yeah.
So guard over
I feel
here.
like an owl can punch you too.
What?
No, but a falcon can.
Oh, yeah.
Boo.
Hey,
Uh,
falcon punch
I
is
mean,
technically a real thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't actually pick up the joke. I thought you were just pointing out a factoid.
I mean, falcons do often strike flying birds by hitting them with a closed fist, but...
Yep, falcon punch is a legitimate thing.
That's where Falcon Punch came from? I just thought it was the game.
You know, it
No,
might.
I mean, it's from Smash, but also falcons can punch people.
Yes.
I don't know if the game was inspired by the bird or it was just a funny coincidence.
Either or.
Every day, I'm just more and more impressed with the bird knowledge that I slowly get from random.
That's the main attractor for this particular stream, is knowledge about birds.
Alright, so tall, darker skinned guard here. He's pulling out a scimitar, but he doesn't have anything ranged, so he just moves to be in front of Joseph to protect him and the donkey. Buddy
Oh god,
boy
they're gonna
over
lose
here.
the donkey.
Shoots a little crossbow into the owl. It seems like it hits in the dark, but it's hard to say. Yeah. And Joseph here is like trying to soothe the donkey so she doesn't run off. All right, Naroke, on to you.
So I'm assuming that Naroke's like asleep and is like waking up to all this disaster going on.
Yeah, that's how you want it.
Naroke just kind of like looks around and just like, oh. And Naroke will reach over to his chest and pull out. What does Naroke have for throwable things? Naroke is going to grab. Oh god, he doesn't have a whole lot of throwable weapons.
Bust out a sacred weapon?
Pardon?
Well,
I-
bust
I-
out a sacred weapon?
Which I guess I've got a heavy crossbow and a javelin. No, let's throw the javelin.
Okay.
So yeah, Naroke will reach over chest, grab one of the javelins, pull it out, and give it a chuck.
You're within range. Well within range.
19.
19, yeah, that hits.
So that's. Oh, it just auto rolled the damage. So 8 points of damage.
8 points. Oh, that's a nice little feature. All right, 8 damage. Yeah. So it's careening down at the buddy that just shot his own crossbow at him, and it's not paying attention to when you're throwing it, and so he's beaks open and a large stereotypical bear noise comes out, like the League of Legends, like pick any game, just that usual bear noise. And you clip him at the top of his right wing. Yeah, and his cry of pain becomes a hoot.
Raw.
Yeah, so that decent hit. Anything else on your turn?
Not really. I think at this point, Naroke's just gonna stand by the stay standing by the statue because the bird is out of reach for him to actually just like run up and hit.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's all. That's gonna be it for Naroke.
Okay, worth noting, the javelin is stuck firmly into its body, so it's
That's fine.
not
I've
hanging down. Okay, cool.
It's fine. I've got more.
So he's got your javelin. It is Owlbear's turn, and Naroke, he is going to swoop down at you and to try and fly to another perch. So, rolling his sweet ass attack. I don't remember. This is really good. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Was the laugh necessary?
So, bird swoops down from his perch, trying to nibble at your shoulder. And actually, make me a dexterity saving throw for the funsies.
Dex saving throw. That is that one. 3.
That's 3. So as he's trying to bite into your shoulder, he completely misses it, kind of overshoots how low he needs to go before he takes off on his upswing. So misses there, but the javelin that's sticking out of him clonks you in the head, dealing 3 damage, bludgeoning damage, and falls out of him. So the javelin's back, but it bonked you on the noggin.
Okay.
And he is 20 feet up on this perch now. Marsh.
Is it when he's kind of, or when they're kind of perched up? Would it be feasible for Raptor to kind of hit it from down here, or is it too high up?
Raptor can probably jump pretty darn high.
Okay.
Let me look at Raptor's stats, because he's based off of a Raptor in 5e, right?
No,
he's actually more based on the construct that comes with the artificer. I just themed him after a raptor.
Oh, love it. Well, you know what? If you themed him after a raptor, though, they've got some pretty good jumpy abilities.
I mean, they've got athletics +4, so
yeah.
It's one of the few skills they have.
I'm gonna say it's well within feasibility that he'd be able to jump up and get an attack off a scratch or a bite.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, the raptor can just. Raptor's pretty fast. Can just get on next to the owlbear.
Yeah.
Will do the attack. This one. Yeah.
19.
19. Cool. And that will deal 7 damage.
7 damaggio. So solid claw attack onto his like furry little feather body. Hard to tell if it does anything. He just hoots loudly at the pain.
And for myself, kind of like half using this wall as cover, but not really. I'll just kind of move here, and then I will shoot a firebolt. 21. Hey.
Right on.
And then, it's funny how it included the damage for the firebolt, but not the raptor attack. Oh well. So if a 21 hits, that is 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Yeah. All of you are suddenly assaulted with the smell of burning feathers, and it's just as bad as burning hair. Not good.
I was hoping it smelled. I don't know why I was hoping it would smell slightly better.
I mean, if you cooked its flesh, probably smelled nice, but
You know, just so you're supposed to defeather it before you cook it.
Raptor's working on it. He's trying his best.
Raptor has a mouthful of feathers.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. Endress can't quite make. Actually, she can make it to you if she just uses her full movement action.
She could also probably hide behind the giant fist statue.
She could. She's going to run over here towards Dominic because she was fairly close when he took his injury. So she's trying to like quickly duck in as fast as she can, not provoke an attack or whatever. And she's going to settle in to try and heal you, but she's used her actions. Which brings us over to Dominic.
Okay, is Raptor close enough to this owlbear for me to get sneak attack?
You have to be within 5 feet, right?
Yeah, it has to be within 5 feet and not incapacitated.
He's 20 feet up, so it won't be sneak damage.
Okay.
Or she did a little jump nom.
Yeah. Nom.
Alright, so I am going to take another shot with the crossbow then. Okay, it's 11 to hit. I don't think that hits.
Does not hit. Whizzes by.
Okay. That's all I got for this turn, so I'm gonna run around and hide behind Endress.
Using her as a meat shield.
That's perfect. Alright.
I'm not proud. I'm a squishy rogue and I got bit by a big fucking bird. I'm being brave today.
Okay, so as that's happening, Joseph is kind of having Bessie, he's like coaxing her to get the caravan behind this wall here. Out of the combat, this guy was helping to move things along. And Buddy over here is going to step up and take another shot. Woohoo! And this crossbow bolt sticks right where the javelin was, where you got him Naroke. So Birdie Boy is not having a good time there. And that wound is just oozing now. You can see the blood soaking its feathers even in the dark. Naroke, what you gonna do?
Naroke is going to grab his axe from his box and is going to walk out to here and basically like clattering his axe on his shields like,
Come on, you can hit me better than that. Don't worry, I'll wait.
and then just stands there. He's gonna ready an action to attack as soon as this thing gets in range.
All right. So Owlbear's turn. With a horrible shriek from his wounded wound, he's going to start flapping its wings, creating, like, he flaps and flaps and flaps and doesn't stop, and all of you start to feel this heavy wind. And everyone is pushed back 15 feet, like straight. I guess it'd be on an angle.
Is there a saving throw for that to like hold ground or?
Yeah, you guys can make me let's say a strength saving throw. Try and not be pushed back.
Okay. 3.
16.
3, 16, 14. All right, so Naroke, you beat it. Endris does not, nor does Tom or Dominic.
Don't forget Raptor.
And, oh, right. How does Raptor do? And Buddy here also failed his.
Yeah, Raptor. Sorry, I always have to look at his stat line here
Yep.
for a second here. Oh, +2. I'll just roll that manually. Oh, I think he's fine.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. Raptor's just... I like to think he's low enough from the ground that the force of the wind's completely missing
Yeah,
him.
that's how I would picture it. Yeah.
Sorry about you being off the map. We'll just say it's there.
I'm in the abyss.
Endris does not make her save. Neither does this guy, but the wall is there, so he just gets pushed back into the wall. Takes a little bit of damage. Raptor is fine. Naroke's fine. Buddy Boy here gets pushed back and cracks his head on this rock.
Oh boy.
And slumps down to the ground.
Naroke just kind of looks back at him.
That is one weak ass guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know. Had a little bit to avail. So that was the bear's turn. Wing attack. Marsh, what you doing?
I guess. Yep, exact same strategy. So, Raptor again is going to try another attack. No natural 20,
Yeah,
and that'll
that's great.
get a 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yep.
Some consistent damage from people.
And Firebolt, 17 hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, cool. And then 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh,
Another
actually.
7.
I think I'd probably actually have to move up. So let's just say I had that action, so
Yeah.
I would have moved up a smidge again, just back to the same spot before
Fire
I got
bolts.
blown away.
60 feet or something?
I believe so. I have it up right now. It's actually 120 feet. I just assumed the wall was blocking my vision.
Oh, yeah, no, that also makes sense. Yeah, you're easily enough to move up. Both some solid hit. More terrible burning feather smell.
Cool. And that is... Or, not cool. I don't know. That's the end of my turn.
So Endris is going to do a Cure Light Wounds on you. Nick, she does not explode. There is no Wild Surge.
Hooray.
Yeah. So, where's my D? Oh, there it is. So you heal 9 damage. Not
Sweet.
bad. Not bad at all. So, yeah. You guys get pushed into the grass. He lays a hand on your shoulder where the wound was, and you feel like a kind of a stinging pain for a second, and then it numbs away and feels much better. Nick, it's your turn.
Okay, am I prone? Do I need to get up?
You're not prone. No.
Okay. I am going to scooch towards that 20-foot wall, and then I kind of peek around the side and fire the crossbow. Still no sneak attack damage, I'm assuming. Okay, that's a 12?
12 does not hit.
Okay. And then I'm going to dip behind the wall and try to hide again.
Yeah. Okay. The farmers over here are not part of the fight. Buddy Boy here groans. And
Another natural one for stealth. Why? Why?
It's a very observant Albert. And I,
The Albert has true
for
sight.
stacking up on lying to people instead of traditional rogue things.
It's so
still
good.
have a +6.
Is it like thermal heat sensing? How do owls see?
I don't know, but
I'll
this
give you a
Albert
hint, it's
obviously has
not
true
thermal
sight.
heat sensing.
This
I thought
Albert
owls
obviously has true sight.
secretly
It's just like, ah, there's a being beyond that wall.
Fucking love it. I don't even know. There's no legs to trip over this time, so
Tripped on a rock on the broken wall.
yeah, maybe. Son of a.
Actually, Nick, how much gold do you have?
Good question.
Ching, ching, ching.
964.
The bear just hears the jingling of all the coins in your goddamn bag.
Nick is just too rich.
Fuck. Yeah, so the caravan guy is still hiding behind the wall. Guard here, starting to stir, starting to stand, but he took a bit of a bump on the noggin, and anyone looking can see that there's some blood kind of flowing down the side of his face. But he's picking himself up.
Okay, he's alive and he's not making death saves. Good.
Yeah, no, he's alive, just like, not winded, but I guess the head version of winded.
Concussed?
Someone cracks you over. Yeah, concussed. Yeah. So, Naroke. Your turn.
The bird did not come and attack me, and so Naroke is tired of waiting. Would I need to make an athletics check to attempt to basically like sprint and like run up the wall and take a swing at him?
Yeah, or acrobatics. One of the two.
Athletics it is. Yeah, so Naroke is going to basically go 5, 10... Come on, let me move this way tag. And then, like, basically just put his foot on the wall and try and sprint up and take a swing. So, athletics to see how high I get. That's a natural 2. So Naroke does not get very far before, like, I imagine it's probably like the wall, like, breaks as Naroke's putting all his force on that one spot, and he just, like, crashes back to the ground. It's like...
All deserve so much more.
So, how far into the Benny Hill theme are we by this point in the battle?
I just want someone to like climb a wall and get pushed off. It's like, what?
Pretty far.
Since I didn't make the athletics check, do I still get an attack, or is that...
I'll give you an attack with disadvantage. Since you're trying to juggle a bunch of things with it.
Well, since I'm at this point, I'm sitting on the ground, having failed to climb up. Naroke's just gonna look up and just like burn, and cast Sacred Flame.
Oh, I see. Okay, yep.
So make me a Dex saving throw for the bird.
Bird Earl Bear. Dex is 8. Oh, so that's a nat 1. Not as 8. Making it a 2, so I assume it fails.
That definitely fails. That's 5 points of radiant damage.
Alright. That could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been 16.
Whew. That's what that's going for these days? What is that, 2d8s?
Yep. Because it goes up to 2d8s once we hit 5th level.
Jeez. Alright, cool. If I recall correctly, Sacred Flame is not flames as you would normally think. It's more like a radiant light.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's holy. Well,
It's holy fire. It does radiant damage, not burning damage.
Yeah, so the clouds part, and the moonbeam shines true, and from that moon, doth a beam come down and striketh the owl.
Moonfire spam.
And yeah, sweet. That's Naroke's turn.
Yep, so Naroke's just sitting on his ass on the ground, just like, well, because it takes half my movement to get up, and I don't have that much movement left, so.
Oh, that makes sense. Cool. Well, it's a solid hit nonetheless, despite having fallen on your ass. Owlbear is going to perk himself up, roars as a bear, not in pain, just mighty bear roar. Flaps his wings again, but not to do a big whirlwind attack, and he takes off, and he's going to try and swoop down at you, Marsh. So, on his way to get over here,
Oh,
he's going to make a nice big attack. Shit.
maybe it's good.
Roll the severity for the owlbear. He rolled a 1 again. This die is going in jail.
Oh, but we like
59.
that die.
No, you don't. Okay, cool. So he's swooping down to try and bite at you. But I'm gonna say he actually underestimates how close you are to this wall here and clips it a little bit.
Go
And-
wall.
And falls down onto the ground here and is able to pick himself up fairly quickly.
Oh, for a second there, I thought he landed on the cart. Nope.
So, yeah, not like a long skid, but like hits the wall and is like, shit, kind of flounders a bit and then like hop lands on the ground there. And
Nick
Yeah.
is gonna be like, someone go stand next to it.
so Owlbear is now grounded, loses his turn for the shitty fail. Marsh, you are not bitten.
That is nice. That's always a plus.
It's your turn. There is a owlbear right in front of you.
Well, first things first, the raptor... Oop, I didn't mean to draw, my bad. I think the raptor's gonna run up. Actually, 5, I just realized it counts, every diagonal is 5, so I think, I think if it goes this way, it should be able to just make it, so raptor goes up here. We'll do the raptor attack. Non-natural 20.
Yeah.
So assuming that hits, that is a 4 damage. And
See,
then...
it's gonna get scary when we have the non-natural 20 and it misses.
And actually, I just realized, like, we're just about to rest, so I might as well just start using some spells. I'm usually, like, ultra conservative with their use, but it's like, oh wait, I'm literally, like, just about to rest, so I should just burn them all out.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia title card. Marsh nukes the forest.
I don't actually get Fireball till I think it's either 1 or 2 levels away. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast a magic missile at level 2, so that'll be 4d4 plus 4, I believe. So, and yeah, magic missile, so I don't have to roll. I just go straight to damage unless the owl has magic.
It does not.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh.
14 damage.
Jeez,
Hot diggity.
Okay, Marsh, just bringing up the pain game. Where was this in the fight pit? Oh wait.
I thought we were explicitly told not to use
Yeah,
magic.
that's right. You're playing clean fights. That's right.
Yeah, that's the end. Oh wait, this wall seemed to help me, so yeah, I'd swing back on the other side of the wall.
Okay, cool. As you are swinging back, like moving around the rubble and stuff.
Yep.
You can hear the gentleman here, cloaked, broody man. He's kind of got his head down. Hands aren't like clasped in a prayer, but he's sort of muttering, like chanting to himself. And you can't-
I was
Oh
actually
god,
gonna
he's
ask,
summoned the bear.
I haven't really been fully paying attention to him. Has he been like helping in the fight a lot, or
No.
That's not.
No, I think he summoned
Okay.
me as a player thinks he's the one who summoned the owlbear.
I'm
See.
curious enough on my next turn, or maybe during this turn, I'll like give him a real inquisitive look, I guess.
But yeah, you can hear him. It sounds like a chant almost. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll try to check that out on my next turn.
Darn, I don't have the silence spell right now.
Oh. think I've ever used that in any way.
It's very handy in certain contexts.
Oh, for sure,
Mainly the
especially against
magical
spellcasters.
contexts.
Yep, dealing with spellcasters or debates is a great time to have a zone of silence.
Component. Okay. Endress is just full of healing stuff. I gotta fix her up. Inflict wounds. Does that touch?
Yep.
Shoot.
Yes,
She
you
does
have
not
to get
wanna-
very close.
You
I
gotta
don't think
run up
she-
to that owlbear and give it a big old bear hug. And then hope to
Hug
God
the
you don't
bear.
get murdered on your next turn.
You know what? Seeing you land a wonderful sacred flame, Naroke, she's gonna try and invoke that same thing. So dex saving throw for the owlbear. Who makes it this time? All right, so the clouds part and a little star twinkles, and there's just like a little pew of light that comes down and hits the owlbear and tinks off its imaginary armor. As her sacred flame does not hit its mark. And she's going to kind of hide more behind the wall here. Nick.
Okay, so Raptor is within 5 feet of this thing, correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm still not sure I want to get within biting and clawing range of this thing. So, but it's getting very crowded behind that wall.
Just hear the farmer's like, ah, shit, it's closer now. Garrett, what the fuck? Garrett?
Garrett's taking a nap.
all right, fuck it. Nick's going. Nick's getting up close and personal,
Alright.
and it's gonna whack him with the cane sword.
Hell yeah. And that's
So if unless the owlbear does some fancy footwork, the raptor should be able to help you if you stand
Yes.
next to it.
Yeah. So it's a 14.
yes, that hits.
Okay, so that is 9 piercing plus 9 sneak attack damage, 18 total.
18 damage. Jesus, frig. Alright.
This
Glad I
is
made-
why it's very handy when someone stands next to the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why.
if you perch the owlbear on high up places, I think that takes away half of our damage.
Yeah, it takes away half of what I do.
Specifically had this map for that, but then he fucking whiffed on the attack.
Aye.
Yeah, well, it just made sense. Damn. Okay, that's really
And-
good.
And then just for the fun, I'm gonna also take a swing with the offhand, the cane part of the cane sword.
Okay.
It's a 9. That's not gonna hit.
Doesn't hit. No, just kind of bounces off his whooshy body.
Okay. Oh, I should have used bonus action to disengage and run away. Oh well, I'm here now.
Decisions were made.
Wait, is the owlbear prone?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I'm just gonna be here now.
59 on the D100. Not bad enough to be prone. Just
Okay.
lots of burn. Okay.
Okay.
Caravan folk. So Buddy here is wobbling, kind of trying to wobble to the fight. Oh. So he's
Just
gonna
watching the token like one minute. It's like he's really wobbling on his way over to the owlbear. Oh damn.
And he's since dropped his crossbow, and he's gonna pull out a little scimitar and kind of stab at the owlbear with you guys. For shit damage. Cool. Caravan guard over here is also gonna step up, because, owlbear got a lot closer, and now there's not much he can do. And is also going to swing at him, which also hits. Shit. Farmer is still just consoling his donkey. And the cultist here, who's by him? Just Marsh and Endress?
I'm sorry, what did you call him?
Birdie is a
I'm
cultist.
sorry. What?
I mean, at this point we kind of knew that, but it's
Yeah,
fine.
none of our characters heard Mel say that.
Exactly. Naroke's still oblivious. I mean,
Sorry, it's the cultist token I have.
It's just the token.
Broody, you guys can see the lights, or the eyes. Marsh, I guess you're the closest. There's like a red eye on each of his shoulders, and you can see them light up.
Okay.
And he's still chanting, and then he's going to step out. And he's got something, like his hand kind of reaches down to his belt.
Actually, before he does that, can I get like a sense motive if I want to like bop him as he's walking out?
You bet. Yeah,
I'm-
sense for insight, I guess, is...
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh. It's a natural 1 insight. This person's actually trying to help and has just been
Oh,
spending the last couple turns.
That's a 4.
That's a 4. Well, this guy seems to know what he's doing.
Okay, well, I will not just bop him, so I'll let him do his thing.
See, what was going on in my brain is I was imagining like you get like the nat 1 on the insight check, and it's like he's a cultist, like he's the one controlling the bear, and you're like, oh shoot, but he's actually just been spending the last couple turns like conjuring up a big attack to kill off the bear, and he takes a step out and he just club him upside the head for no reason.
I kind of wanted to give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. That's why I did it by insight roll.
Oh, for sure.
I like it. He reaches down into his cloak here, and then he pulls out 5 throwing knives, and he whips them as hard as he can into the owlbear. And Raptor and Dominic, you see the owlbear like get pummeled with these like you can't really see it. You just see him take these hits and stagger back, pushing this guy out of the way as he falls back and plummets to the ground.
Huh.
Yeah.
Did the owlbear fall down some stairs?
I mean, there's a set of stairs there.
There's
Yeah,
a set of
I'm
stairs
just-
there. Yep.
Oh dear, the owlbear has fallen and it can't get up.
Yeah.
Also, some of those knives probably came pretty close to us on their way there.
I like to think that you maybe felt like one kind of whipped by you.
5 was such a peculiar number. He could hit like every person in that group with 5 knives.
Yeah. So the owlbear kind of staggers back, loses its footing on the steps, falls down to the ground. Its breathing slows and slows until it breathes no more. Combat is over. There is a dead owlbear.
Oh fuck! What are we gonna do with this?
And just
Eat it.
I mean, supper.
And you guys will notice that Broody over here comes by and is picking something off the owlbear before pocketing them.
Can I see what it is?
Yeah,
Hopefully
it
it's
looks like
just the knives.
it looks like he's taking some throwing, not stars, but like throwing knives. They're all bloody. You can see like the shine of something dark and wet in the faint light, and you gather it's probably the knives he threw at it.
Why didn't you do that before?
I was working up to it.
It's called dramatic build. Huh.
Are you
Oh,
happy I
thank
killed it or
God.
not?
I don't know. It was kind of sad to see it fall down the stairs and wheeze like that.
Oh. I guess like
He doesn't respond. He's just gonna walk past you guys and go back to his little perch.
just back to his brooding corner.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just gonna do like a knowledge nature check. I'm not great at it, but
Yeah, for sure.
I called it knowledge nature. Just a nature check.
Nature check, yeah.
Oh,
Nat 20.
I was like,
nice.
I was specifically checking. It's like, was the owlbear just hungry? Was that the owlbear's motives?
Yeah, fair enough. From what you can sort of gather in the recesses, pardon me, of your brain about owlbears, they're very food-motivated creatures.
Yeah.
It's quite unlikely, like humans and like people rather are not a huge source of food for them typically, and they're only likely to attack like this if their food source is scarce, like if they're having a rough year and they get a little desperate and start, eating more than giant rabbits and sharks. But
I'm sorry.
there
Did you
was
say giant rabbits?
And sharks.
I just assumed, I guess, maybe wanted a quick snack from the donkey and it didn't quite work out, so... Oh, well, nothing too weird here. I'll, do I need any owlbear bones or feathers?
See, now I'm just imagining, like,
They're considering it.
the gallon, the water from Jaws, and like Jaws is like rushing towards her, and then suddenly this owlbear just swoops down and scoops it up like a freaking bear scooping salmon off the waterfalls.
Shark just flaps in its talons.
Bear's just flying off, Jaws in its mouth. Like, oh.
Yes, giant rabbits is something that Marsh says and doesn't seem too concerned about it.
Must be looking for giant rabbits, just picking away at feathers.
Yeah. So the farmer Joseph, super grateful for the assist. They're both gonna tend to Buddy over here and be like, "Man, you really took a bad clonk on the noggin there. Let's fix you up, partner, and stuff." And
Robert wants,
they're not paid.
or Naroke wants to go and see what he can get off of this owlbear, like carving off like feathers, meat, all
Yeah,
that
if
kind of
you
stuff.
If I can, I'm currently actually in the process of getting feathers and bones. So I guess together we can just kind of get the rest of it.
So as you're doing that, Endris is gonna help the gentleman who was hurt. So is it survival, I guess, to try and
Yeah.
get what you can off the bear?
Marsh, what's your survival?
It's an okay +4.
Okay.
Oh, do you just want to assist?
Well,
I mean,
I've got
do you have the
+5,
higher-
so yeah, I've got
Yeah,
+5.
I'll assist Naroke then.
Okay,
Alright.
so survival with advantage. That is eventually gonna show up 16.
16. All right. Yeah. No, cool. Nick, are you getting in on any of that?
No, I have no interest in gross animal stuff.
That's great.
Naroke has interest in dinner.
I need to get
just
Raptor
don't-
a new hat.
Just don't end up carrying around a gigantic untanned hide that's gonna rot in your bag.
Oh, but it'd be such
But
a
I mean,
big
we're
cloak.
only like 2 days away from the next location. Actually, a day away.
Stay away.
You gotta fully deflesh the hide and start drying it on a rack immediately.
Yeah, I know.
And then treat it with an oil rendered from the animal's brain.
Well, specific.
I didn't know
I
the brain
looked
part.
this up.
Wait. Oh, never mind.
All right. So, that's decent enough. And then with Marsh on the assist, Marsh, you're able to get as many feathers and talons and the beak if you want it. Like you can get as many knickknacks.
30
Definitely,
beaks.
yeah. I think the beak might be a little too big, but yeah, talons and feathers, that's all great.
Great. The single beak, if you wanted it. Okay. Naroke, you can get, I would say, a 5-foot square piece of hide. It's a decent chunk before it kind of rips off and stuff and is a little unsightly, but you can get a good square out of it. And, like, 20 pounds of good meat.
Well, a bunch of that good meat is going to be cooked on the fire tonight because
Okay.
food.
Yeah.
I have a box of table salt. I don't think that's going to be enough to try and preserve much of any of the rest of the meat.
Yeah, I don't think that's enough salt.
Also, since you just had such a good survival check and you beat the DC, as you're kind of cutting through it and stuff and wondering how are you going to preserve this, you hit something hard and metal in the owlbear, and you're like, huh, this owlbear had a knife in it, or you find a little throwing knife.
Does it look like the cultist knife? I guess I'm calling the cultist the edgy guy's
Brody's.
knife.
His name's Broody.
Yeah, if Naroke shows it to Marsh.
I assume because I was helping.
Oh, yeah, no, you-
Naroke,
yeah.
I'd see it.
You bet. It does. It looks like dark and small.
I just kind of whisper, you might as well just keep it.
I don't have detect magic prepared right now, so that's something I'll have to do for the morning.
Oh, maybe? No. Oh wait, I have detect magic prepared.
Yeah, I'll get you to detect magic on it. See if it's anything
Yeah.
fancy or if it's just a really sharp knife.
Do you want quick detect magic, or could I do slow? Actually, it's before rest.
We're
I'm just
going to be
cast
having a
the
long
spell.
rest and like right after, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
I burn a spell slot to just cast detect magic super quick.
Cool. Do we explode?
Oh yeah. I'm used to detect magic being a cantrip, not a.
yeah, because detect or read aura and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff is a cantrip in Pathfinder.
16.
Not explode. All right.
Oh, I guess technically I should have done that for magic missile too. My bad.
Oh yeah.
Well, see if we explode just on a delay.
There we go. We're good.
We're good.
As it's fireball to God. We have delayed blast fireball. Awesome.
Suddenly, someone turns into a potted plant right now.
Suddenly, the bear is cooked.
Yeah, so nothing explodes. You do your detect magic thing. And on closer inspection, now that your eyes have adjusted to the darkness and whatnot, there is a little eye engraved on the throwing knife. And the center of the eye, the iris, there's a red gem, and that glows quite brightly. So the knife is clearly magical. And it tells you the school, doesn't it?
Correct.
It does.
Yeah. If any. I might not have a school, but...
I think it. Divination.
Huh.
Kinda.
Well, yeah, I think we're definitely far enough away and he's behind a wall. I'll just quietly share that information with Naroke.
Interesting.
Naroke will just, like, tuck the knife into his pocket and... I
Cook some meat.
forget, do I get access to identify?
I could probably fit the beak. I'm gonna take the beak. I also have identify if you need it.
If you're taking the beak, you're taking the whole skull. It's just part of the skull.
Okay, no, I won't take... Are you sure I can't shove that in a bag of holding?
I mean, at this point, we could always just take the head, like, burn off all the flesh, and then now Raptor has a owlbear helmet.
Well,
I've actually...
to fully deflesh it, you either have to stick it in a barrel of water for like a significantly long time, or feed it to some beetles.
Actually, you guys remind me. I cut off a little bit of a chunk of meat and feed it to the rat plane.
Say, what if you tie a rope to it and put it in, feed it to the rat plane, and then pull it
Oh
out?
my
when
God.
It's starting to be clean?
We
We're
could,
gonna
yeah.
be using the bag of rats as a maceration tank.
I was just watching how to make the rats happy, but
I mean, it would make the rats happy.
It would make the rats very happy.
the only thing though is I think we're still limited by the fact I'm assuming the bag of rats work like a bag of holding where you could like just fit in like a person body, but anything much bigger than that is gonna get kind of tight.
So drop 1 to 20 rats on the owlbear skull and see what happens.
I mean, no one's looking.
We can just keep reaching in and pulling out more rats if we don't have enough.
I want to make it somewhat subtle. I don't want everyone knowing I'm the bag of rat guy.
We don't have to show them. We can just be like, wow, there's a whole lot of rats in this part of the forest.
They were really ready to go.
You can do that. You can also feed some meat to the rat dimension to appease the rats there. You can do all of it if you want. So I'll assume you put some meat in.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely I'll definitely throw some meat in there. I don't think I'm gonna throw the rats on the owlbear unless someone really wants me to.
Well, I mean,
I really want you to. Kit the human person really wants you to.
If the DM says that we're allowed to like tie a rope onto the head and lower that in and let the rats just devour all the flesh off the skull, then I say we do that.
It's just the head of an owlbear's really big.
It is, but that'd be a very impressive trophy.
I mean, owl skulls compared to like the actual visible volume of the owl are actually quite small.
Yeah, have you seen how long owl legs are? Like, hot damn.
I'll get out my measuring tape, and if it looks like it's good, I guess we'll just kind of go. Nah, it doesn't matter. What are they gonna do if they see us do it? Just shoving the owlbear head in the bag.
I mean, they don't know what it is.
They're behind a wall tending to, like, Buddy here. They're not paying attention.
I mean, this process is going to take a little while, because we have to remove head, tie head.
I mean, Naroke's got plenty of sharp implements. He can cleave off a head.
Yeah.
Even as the night is going and you guys are discussing the logistics of doing this and thinking about doing it.
Just Naroke and Marsh over to one side of the camp being like, well, what if we put a rope around it and lowered it into the bag of rats? Meanwhile, everyone else is trying to go back to sleep.
I'm actually worried that I would lower the head into the bag of rats, and the rats would just use the rope to climb up and escape. That's like, I don't have complete control.
Well, the thing is, if they start trying to do that and are trying to actively escape, then it's called you cut the rope, and we just say, well, I guess we don't have the skull.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah.
It's really hard. As you guys are doing this and Naroke was cleaning it up, Joseph's gonna come by at one point and be like, saving the trophy, are ya? That's a good one there. That'll look real good on a hat.
Yeah,
It'd look great on a hat.
oh,
Naroke's
there
gonna
it goes.
Tip the edge of his very large hat.
Oh yeah, you have a very large hat.
I do have a very large hat. Technically, I have two. One of them occasionally will rain on me.
Yep. So if you can worry about what others are gonna think of you, but screw it.
Bold of you to assume Naroke cares what other things.
Yeah, are you cutting off the head? And
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems like we've done enough talking. We're gonna just do it now.
Done. So get some rope, easy enough. I like to think you weave it through like its throat and then its mouth.
Out the mouth and lower it down and.
Yeah. And similar to when you just gave it a little bit of meat, every time you open the bag of infinite rats, it's just a terrible, smelly sewer kind of rat smell. It just smells real bad. You're getting kind of familiar with it though.
Oh no.
That's just normal. That's kind of one of the signs that the bag of infinite rats is not a bag of holding, is it reeks every time you open it. Then the rats. In typical fashion, you hear some faint squeaking, like they're really excited because you just gave them some meat.
Yep.
And with, I guess, Marsh kind of holding the bag open, stretching it little by little, Naroke, you're going to sort of tuck the beak in and then the skull, and you get it in.
Yeah.
And you close the mouth of the bag over the rope.
Yeah.
Rope's still sticking out.
We'll just give that a couple minutes.
Yeah.
We can just pull it out in the morning.
Do you want to do it that way, or you pull it out now?
Rats will chew on bone.
That is fair.
No, I guess let's give it a few minutes, not the entire night.
Perfect. Okay. The bag is not like convulsing or anything. You know, it's just kind of a steady
I just
bag.
pictured the bag like wiggling violently as the bag is happy.
No, not too much of that. But as you open it up and start to like jimmy out the skull, it is almost perfectly clean. There's still a little bit of meat, like flesh, that would need to be kind of scraped away, and a couple places where it's been gnawed on, but much like it's white, lot of white bone.
Oh, that worked a lot better than I was expecting.
How big is the owlbear skull compared to Raptor's head?
Good question.
Yeah, that is a good question.
It's like, could we basically use, especially like the top part of this owlbear skull, to basically make a helmet for Raptor?
You can, but the eyes, Raptor's eyes don't line up perfectly. So you might need to find a way to stabilize it and then drill some better located eye holes.
Does Raptor use his eyes?
Wait, yeah, does Raptor use his eyes?
I mean, I think he has vision, so like technically,
Does
I bet
he
it's
have
not the
blind
most.
sight or?
No, he has dark vision. He doesn't have blind sight, so he probably wants to keep an eye spot somewhere.
So you guys can, I'd say either you can affix the skull and tilt it down so that he can see out of the beak, or have it tilted up and then make some
Just
eye
like,
holes.
yeah, like carve out some of the bone around so that he has more eye space there.
Yeah, that would make it so that the skull sits in a more natural way.
I'm leaning towards the eye holes, and I have so much forging and tinkering tools. Drilling the hole won't be a problem.
Yeah, you can easily do that whenever you want. Not gonna stop.
I'll just do it before rest, and I guess we're probably sleeping in a little bit today because we got interrupted.
Yeah, and I think the farmer, Joseph, and whatnot would be happy with that.
Have we been at this for like 15 minutes? I feel like we've been talking about this for 15 minutes.
All right. The night closes down.
we were just finishing up. We finished up. Just adding it to my inventory.
I don't regret the time we spent on it. It just, you know.
You succeed the fight with the owlbear. You have a skull in tow. Raptor's wearing it. Got the meat, got some feathers and whatnot. Everyone's more or less fine. Endris is tending to the wounded. You're only slightly wounded. Everybody gets a long rest.
Hooray!
Yay!
Day comes as it's wont to do. The air starts to warm slightly. Betsy's getting loaded up to the cart in preparation of taking out or heading out. Joseph and his crew stop to have a quick breakfast with you guys. Naroke, are you offering up some more owlbear meat as breakfast, or?
Yeah, Naroke will cook up some more owlbear meat for breakfast.
Heck yeah.
Cut it into strips and have owlbear bacon.
Yeah. Joseph comments how interesting it is to have meat or food that doesn't like respond when you bite into it. He was sure it was gonna like roar or hoot, kind of like how catcorn meows.
Oh, that took me a second.
I was
Isn't it-
briefly terrified.
It's like, oh, it's unusual when my meat doesn't respond when I devour it.
That's such a weird thing. Yeah, if you just live off cat corn, you just would expect your food to scream at you.
Oh, that or he's a
Vampire. I
vampire
like
and is
that.
like actively just biting people and then they squirm and scream.
I don't think he's a vampire.
It would be really funny if he was.
That'd make a little too much sense.
I did say Father Farmer again, which implies some seedy stupidness. But that is,
They're all part of the same cult.
yeah, we're not heading down that road. Yeah, cool. So he relishes having breakfast with you guys. It's great. Excited to get on to Newport. You're probably a little bit later starting the day just because of the excitement last night. Feeling a little stiff from a fight, but you head out. And yeah, good travels. Road is still busy. Caravans and people coming and going, passing you. Like people on horses passing you, people passing you to go the other way. It's a great time. Super lively. It hasn't felt this kind of like normal since leaving Blackfalds way back when, because when you're leaving Blackfalds, the world was pretty lively and people were sweet up until you went way down south into the shitlands. So it's just kind of nice. Everybody's friendly except for Broody. Roads well maintained. Looks like honest working folk, you know. And I'd say anything you want to talk about with them or ask or anything you want to do on this trip.
I'm not expecting I'll get an answer, but at some point I'll kind of try to like friendly ask a Broody, well, where's the cape and daggers from, friend?
Marsh now has an accent where he did not have one before.
This is Marsh trying to be friendly.
Hey,
He's
pal.
picking up on the farmer's mannerisms.
I haven't had there's been too many farmers.
He, unlike Naroke, where he just completely looks away, even though his face is still cloaked, he'll kind of look at you and just shrug his shoulders. Like, I like the cloak. Keeps the sun out of my eyes. And everyone gets a weapon. I bought it at a store. Where'd you get your weapon? Better yet, where'd you get your raptor?
I made him.
Actually, weirdly impressive.
I think I
weird.
also made. Technically, I think I also made my scimitar because I can do that as a
Artificer?
lizard folk. So artificer or lizard folk. It could be either. So I'm just gonna say I made it.
Just gonna say, well, you're unlike most folks. I bought my weapons like a normal person.
Cool. I just kind of got like a theme going on. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, cool. That's exactly what it is. It's
Well,
cool.
I'll leave you to your day, sir. I walk away.
Tore up his hood. And, yeah, so he gives you the time of day, but he's not overly chatty.
Yeah, he seems like a guy Prine wouldn't get too far anyway, so leave him be.
I will go through his stuff given the first opportunity. When we can. I was gonna do it last night, but then we got attacked by an owlbear.
Yeah, you all whipped your perceptions. Okay, sweet. So, the day continues on. It's nice and toasty. Hours go by, assuming you guys don't stop to do anything or accost anyone.
We're just gonna attack random people on the road. No, we're fine.
Yeah, I think you're good.
I feel like some bandagy today. It's just the weather for it.
Some
Simple zest for life.
So, about like 5 hours after leaving the owlbear site, making good time. I think Joseph doesn't seem like paranoid or worried, but after that attack, you kind of get the sense of like he's just ready to finish this delivery and sleep in a nice warm bed and not be outside. So you're making really good time. He's setting the pace with Bessie a little faster. And before too long, 5 hours, time is relative, small sign greets you with the blocky letters proclaiming to be the town of Newport. So, small town, lots of little huts on either side of you with the road leading in. Seems mostly devoid of people as you're entering the entering the town. Until I assume you're kind of following Joseph as he's turning down certain streets.
Yeah.
He seems to sort of know his way. And as you take a couple corners and still no people, kind of weirdly deserted feeling, and you round the last corner and you get into town proper, like what seems like the main square with a lot of carts, almost like a market square. Cart set up, and there is a large group of people right there in the center, like swarm of people crowding. And as you get a little closer, you can see there are 2 people in the center of this crowd, and they're arguing loudly. And some of the group of townsfolk are like nodding, and some of them are like gasping, and it's just a heated argument. You can't quite hear what's being said right now, but you can see something's going down in the town square.
Okay, I will mosey up cautiously, trying not to draw attention to myself to see what they're arguing about.
And as you're coming on, Joseph's gonna be like, don't want to get in the middle of that there. I know when not to stick my nose in other people's business. And he leads Bessie, it's just like further away from the group and going.
Okay, I know he was clucking to the donkey, but in my head he had just cocked a shotgun.
That was the exact same thing that went through my mind as well. It's just like, I know what not getting anyone else's business.
And then walk away.
So the 2 guards follow him, and Broody is going to churn on his heels, and he heads north out of town. Without so much as like a see ya or a bye or thanks for the assist, he is gone. He's just walking.
Well,
Okay.
we still got his knife.
Yep.
You never have a chance to.
Yeah, now that he's gone, I'll pass the knife to Marsh to how to identify it.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess we got some of his stuff. Make sure I don't say that. Well, if he's anywhere close.
Okay, it gets real quick. Identify.
Oh yeah, actually, I might as well just do this right now. That's a good point.
A cantrip. Identify.
No, it's a first level spell. Or
It's a first level spell. I can cast it as a ritual, and yeah, I already have the material for it. We got that ages ago, so I guess just kinda 10 minutes. I don't know. Where do we want to hang out for 10 minutes? I don't want to burn spell slots just quite yet.
we can just
let's
chill off.
watch people fight.
Yeah, we can just chill off to
Okay,
the side while you're casting that.
No, that works. I thought it was an instant thing. Cool. So
Well, it can be.
It can be. I'm just
Ritual
again,
instead of
I'm just-
regular cast.
paranoid about using all my slots.
No, that's fair. So we'll do this then. So
The plate of the spellcaster.
Nick, you see Naroke and Marsh kind of passing something and talking a little, and you're like, whatever, they'll catch up. You get closer to the crowd. No one's really paying you any mind. I mean, like, one guy maybe kind of looks at you and does no double take or anything, just acknowledges that you got a little closer before he seems super keen on what's going on. And as you get closer to the outskirts of the crowd, the 2 people in the middle, there is a tall, willowy, bald elf. And she is arguing with a small gnome, tautology, with a gnome, with long blonde hair. Like this gnome's hair is so long it's like pooling on the ground. Kind of gross. Yeah. So it's fun, like tall, small, and they're just kind of going back and forth. And you hear the elf kind of turn away from her, and she says to the crowd, like, half of you owe him a favor, and the other half owe him your lives. How could you turn your backs on Terran? And when she says that, some of the crowd is sort of like nodding, like, yeah, she's got a point, and some of them are shaking their heads, like, just, there's a lot of dissonance in the crowd there. And then the gnome speaks up and says, he's been missing over 6 days. What would you have us do?
Oh man, we're not rolling ourselves into more town drama, are we?
Don't have to. there's Grandma. You don't necessarily have to join.
I'm gonna
we
gonna
totally
get the
do.
attention of someone standing next to me and say, "Somebody's missing."
It's gonna. It's the I don't know. It's a young woman beside you, and she says, yeah, poor boy. Been a while now. He just kind of walked out of town one day. No one's seen hide or hair of him since. Real sad.
Whereabouts do they think he went? Like
No
what
one
direction?
really knows. No one saw him leave.
Question:
Yes.
Was it a full moon? Did we
'Cause
eat
do have
Taryn?
knowledge about werewolves.
Odds or evens?
Let's go odds because it's an odd question.
Odds. It's even. Sorry.
So it was not a full moon?
Not a full moon. It was
Okay, so
slightly waxing.
Okay, so we
Alas.
didn't eat Taryn. Good.
No, he was not.
He was not a were-owl bear. An owl werebear?
Oh, I thought you were like, because the one guy that was train murdered was paranoid about like werewolves. I
Werewolves
thought we were like
and
bringing
all-
that back.
The-
Well,
area.
well, yes, but also, like, we had just fought an owl bear with wings, which is, in and of itself, I feel Naroke would think is kind of weird.
Wait, if a werewolf dies in like wolf form, do they turn back to like if you carve their skull? Is it a human skull or a wolf skull?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They revert, according to the stat block, they revert to humanoid form upon their death.
Okay.
Marsh is not bothered by a lot of things, but putting a human skull on a raptor, I think, would be his line.
I mean, you have a human hand on Raptor.
It's not made out of real human parts.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it was a zombie arm that you got when we were in the
Oh,
Necropolis
okay.
City.
Undead. That's completely different.
Not off limits. Imagine if it's just a delay of it reverting back to its human form, and suddenly the skull that you mounted on Raptor just shrinks.
Just crushes Raptor's head.
I just pictured you look back and it just has Raptor as a human skull in its head. It's like, where did you get that?
Raptor.
What did we tell you about grave robbing?
So yeah, the lady tells you no one knows which way you went. Really sad. And then the gnome speaks up again. We've exhausted all already limited resources and searched all feasible angles.
We've tried nothing and we're out of ideas.
You, and she points up to the elf, need to accept that he may have left on his own accord. He was always flighty, he was always spirited. And then the crowd is sort of tutting in agreement. Like, there's a lot of like, oh yeah, he always kind of is, you know, I used to travel, like, blah, blah, blah. It's sort of a murmur of agreement in the crowd. And the elf spits on the ground and says, never. Desric and I will bring him home ourselves. And she turns on her heels and starts pushing people out of the way. They mostly part for her. She walks through the crowd into town. And slowly the townsfolk are kind of dispersing, some of them getting back to markets, some of them just leaving your sight completely. And the gnome is kind of standing there shaking her head, seems kind of troubled about the whole thing. Yeah. You guys have made it to Newport. What do you want to do?
Find somewhere to sleep. I feel like we should probably stay a night and then get going where we're going in the morning at the very least.
Fair.
If we decide not to stick around and get into everyone's business, which is a distinct possibility.
Did we get anything off of Identify for that dagger?
Yeah, the Identify is probably probably gone off by now.
Also, did we explode?
Yeah, I actually remembered the roll this time, and I'll do it now. Welcome to town, kaboom. Now we're good.
So
That would be really
Identify.
funny.
That would be.
This big dramatic conversation interrupted by Marsh immolating himself.
Hi, we're guests.
Burn your town to the ground now.
Well, and the worst thing is, like, I imagine, like, I imagine it's like Naroke and Marsh were like standing like just on the outside of the group of people while Marsh is looking at this dagger, and like Nick went like squirming their way in. So we take out like half the group with us.
Yeah, I like that idea. Marsh, Identify. So you had already. So it's divination, kind of magic in it, which doesn't
Yep.
surprise you because you learned that. what does it tell you? You learn its properties, I think, and
Yeah, how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges.
okay, so you do know that this thing requires attunement. Uh, you're like, oh, you need to specialize in roguiness to be able to use this, and perhaps that man was a rogue. You're getting the sense of. And what you're getting from this dagger is that it's kind of imbued with the spell True Strike.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains why I didn't have to roll. Just kidding.
Hey now.
I'm just teasing.
Do what I want.
And so does it just permanently have the effect of or True Strike, or?
Yeah, it's just like imbued into the knife there. You're not sure if that pertains to why he was chanting, like if he was doing something to, I don't know, activate the properties more or less, but yeah.
I mean, I think, I mean, Identify does tell me how to use them.
Okay. You need to. There's a chant. Like, sorry, would it tell you?
Okay,
Like-
the exact quote is, you learn its properties and how to use them. So, like, I
From a practical standpoint, it's basically we get the stat block for the item.
Right, that's interesting. Shit, you guys have access to really simple spells that.
level 1 spells foiled again.
D&D magic is broken.
Uh,
Okay, cool. So you gathered that you just need to chant about your target, like what you're trying to hit, and invoke a deeper power within you, and which will activate the True Strike in the knife, I guess. And
So you just spent 3 rounds just going, big ass fucking owl bear, big ass fucking owl bear, big
I'd
ass
like to
fucking owl
picture
bear. They're
he
trying to
had,
throw
like,
the knives at him.
he had 5 knives, and he had to say it to each one individually, and that's why it took him so long.
yeah, let's go with that. I'm not giving you the word, Teeth Talk.
Yeah, just held up one knife, said big ass fucking owlbear. Held up the next knife. Also, big ass fucking owlbear. Held up the next knife. You are also going to the big ass fucking owlbear.
That's perfect. Yes, done.
I kind of look around. Is Nick still around? I guess I was really focused on this knife.
I'm over in the crowd snooping.
Hey,
Nick's gonna get back to the party and have a whole new wardrobe, have 30 people's wallets. And...
Yeah, are you pickpocketing anyone while you're there?
Good questions. Does anyone look like I have anything good? Like, do these people look? Do any of them look wealthy? I guess is the question.
Yeah, so not like exuberant wealth, not super opulent, like excessive and gaudy, but some of them seem like they do well for themselves. It's not raggy. Well, you guess with the amount of people you saw coming to and from, like on the roads, that this is a town that does well, has a lot of trade. So yeah, some fairly well-to-do people.
Well, considering as I keep rolling natural ones on stealth because I got too much money, I will leave off for now.
All right, nerd. Cool. So you decide
the problem of being rich.
Oh no. You're gonna look for a place to stay as Naroke and Marsh are coming up discussing this knife that they have. Did you know about the knife?
I did not know about the knife. Nobody told me about the knife.
So Marsh was holding a knife.
Yeah, Marsh looks up to you holding a knife.
Marsh,
what are you running
this
with?
and where did you get it?
Knife!
Oh,
Marsh, what do you have?
Well, technically, we found this in the owlbear. It's one of the broody guy's knives, but I think technically it's the owlbear. So we took it off the owlbear. So in other words, you want this knife? Yeah, I mentioned the properties. It has True Strike. You tune to it, and you just have to chant which target you want to hit.
Okay.
So,
Anywhere in those properties did you learn? Were any of those properties super fucking cursed or no?
I mean, the word. I wasn't really paying attention to what the words meant. Just kind of mumble some things, and it just kind of works. I don't know if it's evil. That's not.
All right, I'll take the knife.
Sure, yeah. Give it to you.
You have a cool little magical throwing knife. That's
Sweet.
Attuned to it, which I don't actually remember how you do that. I can tell you later on break.
Over a short rest.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And
Also, fun thing with Identify, it doesn't tell you if it's cursed.
Hooray!
Try and remember that. I assume detect curse tells you if it's cursed.
Yes.
I think there's a specific spell, but I don't think that's on any of my spell lists.
I mean, I'm cleric, so it's probably on mine.
Quick, Endress, catch!
Ah, it burns.
It burns.
Right, Endress is there. She's probably into the knife and hanging out with you guys. While Nick was up doing some sleuthy stuff.
Oh wait, yeah, it's fine if you're cursed. Like we know, again, between Naroke and Endress, one of you can probably have removed curses. It's probably fine.
Honestly, if you gave it to Endress, she'd look it over, much like she did with the totems. This is her area, one of her areas of expertise, and be like, it's perfectly safe to use. I mean,
Cool,
it's sharp,
thanks.
so it's not safe, but you know.
Don't cut yourself.
It's as safe as knives generally are.
Yes. Not cursed. Definitely
Okay,
not.
cool.
Okay. Bam. It's early. What time did you guys head out? 8, 9, 10. It's like late in the afternoon.
All right, you guys want to look for somewhere to stay tonight, and then we'll head out in the morning.
Probably be a good idea, though.
Yeah.
We are also going to want to find where the person we've been sent to meet is.
Oh yeah. Why am I having such trouble remembering how we're getting to this desert?
Yeah, we do gotta find Irasil.
If you want it to be quicker. Otherwise, you just have a very long trip ahead of you west.
I'm sure that'll make for a riveting live stream.
Yeah.
What are we doing today? Walking through desert.
And then
Do we
they
see
walk,
anything?
walk,
No.
walk more.
Somebody's following the walk.
Walk. They found a new tall guy. Walk.
I'm so glad I've poisoned more people's brains with that.
It is great. Yeah, let's find an inn or something like that we can grab a room for the night, but then go out and spend some time in the town, see if we can track down Irasil.
Totally. Sorry, my water bottle's just disgusting. I don't want to drink from it anymore. Tavern for the night. I assume you're gonna just ask somebody, like.
Yeah, just where's a good place to stay tonight?
Yeah, that's cool. Now the crowd has fully dispersed. Market Square seems to be bustling with people again. Not as many people in the streets as there were watching this sort of fight go down, but still lots of people nonetheless. And somebody at a stand would say, like, the Misty Step. That's a good place to sleep. It's down the street and to the right.
Okay. It's a questionable name for a place to sleep, but okay.
I sure hope we wake up in the same place.
Now, see, all the beds have the Misty Step spell cast on them, but it's like a 1d20 chance of it occurring, so you're like sleeping in bed and suddenly just yeeted 20 feet out the wall, and that's how they get people out in the morning. It's like, you're not leaving your room? Snap. Every creature in the room just gets yeeted out. It's like, well, you're out now. Mel's making notes. Yeah, how much is it for a room at the Misty Step?
Misty Step. It's going to be 3 gold a person per night. Rooms have 2 beds each. The beds are not very big beds, so you're gonna have the usual problem, Naroke, of kind of part of your legs dangling off. But yeah, Misty Step in. There's also a little bit of food you can get. There are baths there, but you do have to pay 5 silver to use their like kind of hot spring mineral baths.
And they
Okay,
really
yeah,
nickel
5
and dime
silver
you
for a
out
hot
this.
spring mineral bath is pretty good.
Yeah.
Most places include it. Just gonna say that.
True, but do not include there.
Most places do not include that, Marsh.
Most places don't have it to begin with.
Oh, come on. It's just a pool of water, misty bath, all good. Yeah,
Bunch
3
of
gold.
Yeah, and the lady running the Misty Step, her name is Misty.
Of course.
Yeah.
Is her last name Step?
I don't think so. Do you ask her?
Yes.
She says, no, it's Hanover.
Okay.
And she'll give you your room, your keys, and be like, checkout is at noon, sharp.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Are you staying for 1 night, 2 nights. What do you want?
Let's go with the 1 night with the possibility to extend it.
Great, understood. Enjoy your stay at the Misty Step.
Thank
You're checking
you.
out.
Why was she so suspicious?
She just slowly hands over the keys, and we slowly take them.
Weirder and weirder.
Yeah, so I'll pay for a night and then the bath as well.
Yeah,
So what's the nightly rate again?
3 gold per person, and then 5 silver for the
And then
bath.
5 silver. Beauty. Okay.
Yeah, so I've removed that from mine as well. And how many rooms are we getting?
Are you splitting anyone? Sharing? Or
I mean,
personal?
Because
I
if
can split
it's
with
2 beds a
someone.
room, we can either split with the 4, then it's who does Endress have to bunk with?
Oh, Endress is fine taking her own. Sorry, Endress will absolutely pay her own way because you guys have paid her so much money.
Yep.
Need to get her to Elderboro, or you to Elderboro.
We have paid her so much money.
Yes, so she is still has her fee for that.
Okay.
So Endress,
I'll give how about give a Naroke a gold, and then I'll just share with you, Naroke.
Okay.
Because Raptor could just sleep on the floor.
Okay.
Unless you want silver.
does he sleep standing, or does he kind of like curl in with his little tail? Like,
I haven't. I was thinking about this.
I kind of like the idea of him standing stock still with his eyes completely open, and that's how he sleeps.
I was thinking either standing or like I don't know. He just kind of like packs himself up like Wally or something. One
Just
of the
a
two.
cube that unfolds into a dinosaur.
I don't know if Marsh would be that good at crafting, so probably the standing.
okay, yeah, fair enough. Fantastic. Alright, so the day is still pretty young. You guys secure your stay at the Misty Step in the town of Newport. You do know that you're looking for an elf here by the name of Irisil who can get you to the desert quicker. But Morphe did mention she had a bit of a problem. And might need some help with that before she's willing to cough up any help herself.
Okay, so I guess we go find Morphe.
Well, Morphe is the one who told us about Irisil. And said that Irisil might have a problem.
Sorry,
Yeah.
so I guess we go find Irisil.
Yeah.
So, how do we want to go about looking for Irisil? Like, we did see the one lady back at the last town we were in that had, like, the cardboard sign, but that didn't seem to be too effective.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, we found the last one in like kind of an inn. Like maybe we can just look around here and they'll show up.
I'm gonna go down and talk to Misty and be like, hey, do you know an Irisil?
Just say, oh, yeah, everyone knows Irisil.
Oh.
Tall elf, bald, ears out to here.
Ah, the plot has found us.
Oh, that makes things a lot easier.
She lives just northwest of town.
All right,
On the
cool, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So I guess we're heading just northwest of town.
Yeah, let's head
Yeah, let's look
northwest
at
town,
that
go
now.
see Irisil, and watch the thing that Irisil needs help with is disposing of the body of Taryn that is missing. It's like, yes, this kid wandered in, got attacked by the bear traps. Don't ask me why the bear traps are sentient. You don't want the answer to that. But now I got a body on my hands and I need to get rid of it.
Yeah. Help me bury this body and I'll give you what you want. I don't know.
I mean, we got a bag of rat plane. We can get rid of that body with no evidence.
Yeah, basically going forward, that's never going to be the problem for anyone, is how do I get rid of this body? That can't be the solution.
As long as no one looks too hard into the bag.
Well, I mean, if they do, we just push them in too.
Yeah. I guess.
We are scoundrels.
Yeah. Hey, come here. Come look in this bag. I got something real good.
I think we might have found some evidence to where this missing person is.
Oh, really? Really?
Now look real close. It's right at the bottom.
Yeah, you gotta lean in real far.
Oh, man.
Don't worry about the noises or the smell.
The smell is just what happened to the body. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? Anyways.
Anywho.
Yep. So the town, not massive town, but not small. But obviously, you kind of get the vibe that most people know most people here. So
Yeah.
it's not too odd that she tips you off where Irasil supposedly lives. You head out town that way, and while the town is bustling, people are still back and out and doing their thing. There is sort of a feeling of like general, just kind of people seem upset, and it might be about the argument that happened so publicly earlier in town. Like there's just sort of this vibe of people, someone's missing and it's kind of weird, and no one thought anything of it for a while, but now like what if something bad's going on? What if he's not going to be the only person that's not showing up? There's sort of some really hushed conversations you can overhear that are just like, who's next? What if my kid doesn't show up to home the next day? Like no one really knows what's going on. And you leave kind of the town limits proper, and there's 4 sort of little huts northwest of the town there. Modest establishments. Nobody outside of that.
As we're heading, do we go through the market on our way out of town?
Yeah, there's 2. So there's one kind of, as you entered the town, took a couple turns with Joseph. There was one market there. You're going to the Misty Step, which was away from it, and as you're leaving the Misty Step to go northwest towards the exit of town, there's another smaller sort of market.
Naroke would take a stop in at both markets and see if he can find 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Oh,
I
wish
see.
knew that before.
Yes, you have.
I have the I can bring you back if you die spell. As long as I'm
Interesting.
fast enough with it.
Yeah, as long as it's a battle res.
Well, if you're not fast enough, we got the backup plan.
Throw in the
What's
bag
the
of rats.
backup plan?
Y'all know, remember we got the reincarnation potion?
Oh, right.
I haven't forgot.
Yeah, we have the reincarnation potion, and I've got revivify. So that being said, even in battle, as long as we finish the battle within a minute.
Great.
Which most fights are only 3 to 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the fight goes for a minute, we're probably losing. Probably.
Or just having really, really bad rolls, in which case Naroke will probably just walk over, get the hell up, slap you, and bring you back.
Back.
Yeah, if it lasts for longer than a minute, everyone's rolling badly.
300 diamonds, or 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Worth of diamonds. It doesn't have to be one big diamond, it just has to be an accumulated amount of 300 gold worth of diamonds.
And those don't get used up, right? Like,
They
it's
do
just...
get used up.
They do get used up.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time you want to resurrect someone, you are burning money.
Yeah, it's only a few spells that when you buy the item, it stays forever.
Yeah, like Identify lets you keep the 100 gold pearl, but Revivify will consume the 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Great. Okay, so both markets. Draw me a... Wait, barter isn't a thing in this.
Yeah. The question is this a place where you can buy 300 gold worth of diamonds, or are you going to destabilize the local economy by doing that?
Or you look
inject
for
300 gold into the economy and see what happens. Everything gets devalued.
I think you could get like 300 loaves of cat corn. I don't know why I called it loaves.
Loaves?
Loaves of cat corn.
Sorry, I just look at my cat. Sometimes my cat's a loaf, so I just thought that would be how you measured cat corn.
Cat corn is now officially comes in loaves.
Loaves of cat corn. I'll make a note of that.
Oh.
So there's a couple jewelers at the bigger market, and a sort of odds and ends at the smaller one. And there are some diamonds for you to purchase if you want, but there is not 300 gold worth of diamonds in this town. I'd say all things accumulated, you can get you can spend $150 gold.
Okay, I will in that case then purchase 150 gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah. Okay.
Just every single town got to build up the supply.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
Yep.
and now the value of gold in this town has plummeted by like 50%.
Well, this jeweler's doing well. That's what matters.
Yeah. So you're able to the 2 jewelers, the 1 odds and ends person, all together. So you're halfway there. But not enough to vivify or revivify.
I like vivify.
Yeah, cool. Is that all
Sorry.
you want to do in town?
Yeah, I wanted to start picking up the diamonds for that, so.
Nice. Joseph had diamonds in his caravan. I don't know. You didn't steal from him.
If we ever find like a town that has like I don't know, a person that sells like magical scrolls, let me know. But I'm like keeping an eye out for it, but it's not a high priority for me right
Yeah.
now.
All right, let me just magical scrolls.
Just because with my weird multi-class, I can cast high-level spells, but I learn a lot slower than my spell levels increase, which I can alleviate by just buying magic scrolls.
I like it. Okay. Keep an eye
Thomas,
out.
why have you decided to play this game on hard mode?
It started as an artificer, and I'm like, there's a lot of cool magic stuff I want to use that we're getting, so then I moved to wizard.
Split off there. I know the wizard struggle.
Hey.
Okay. So heading north town. You're not far out of it. It's honestly like you can look back on the road where you are and see the taller buildings, but
Yeah.
it does feel like it's outside of town ever so slightly. Yeah, 4 buildings, no one outside of it. You assume this is where the right place that Misty said you would find Irisil.
All right, is there a specific door that looks like we should knock on it?
Naroke's gonna. Are there doors?
There are doors to the houses.
Naroke's gonna pick a random door and knock on it.
Well,
Nark would probably pick the closest, I imagine.
I think you're right the closest. That's rather than going all the way at the very far back. Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
After a moment, someone comes to the door, and it's a little short old man. He's got kind of a hunchback thing going and some big spectacle glasses, and says, "Oh yes, dear. How can I help you?"
Are you Irisil?
No. Is that all you need?
Do you know where Irisil is?
Yes. She lives that way. She's the funny house at the very end of the street there, to the right.
Funny ha ha or funny weird?
Funny weird.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
Cheers, dearie. Take care. Close the door.
And I guess we're going to the weird house.
I
Perfect.
guess
One of the
we're
funny
going to the
house.
Love it. Easy. Linear. Weird house. Why is it weird? The garden's kind of crazy. So the flowers are very bright and vibrant, kind of like what you remember seeing.
Yeah, we have experience with crazy gardens.
Yeah. So how Elderborough City, heart of a sort of nature bomb that fell back on it, and life was very lush and vibrant in other ways that it's not in the world. There's
Yeah, at least this garden's trying not to kill us.
yeah, it's
We haven't set foot in the yard yet.
Yet.
as you walk by the tulips, you do hear hissing, and they're kind of like leaning towards you.
Actually, before we get too far, are we bringing Endress with us?
Oh right.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Are we gonna bring her to? Isn't this person we're going to like part of like the secret group we're working for?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I sorry. I thought the person setting up the teleport was part of the group. Never mind.
No.
Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
Pardon?
Endress did mention that she didn't want to go to the desert, though.
Yeah, Endress
She
didn't
was
want to
gonna
go to the
stay- She
desert,
was going to
but
stay in Newport with air conditioning.
well, Endress didn't want to go to the desert, but then we also had asked if she could do some investigation on the like traps and all that kind of stuff that we might encounter, and like utilizing her ability to obtain knowledge, because she was also more disliking cold.
This
Yeah.
is true.
So she did have books, and I like to think that she's studying some of that stuff in her own time, and would be happy to just keep to herself in the downtime, making sure that you're prepared for whatever comes about in the desert.
Yeah, because that's essentially what we're continuing to pay her for, is to continue gathering information for us as we're moving into these new areas, because she did such a great job with the Elderborough
And
Forest Place.
removing all the curses we'll inevitably run into.
Yes, also that.
Yeah, that means I don't have to keep remove curse prepared.
Yeah, exactly. So she'll join you if you want her to on this trip, like to see Irisil. If ever you're like, we don't need to bring Endress, just assume she's going through her books trying to figure out what would be guarding the city and whatnot that you're going to next.
We probably let her just have time to herself in the city, so she can mosey about.
I'm like 50-50.
Like we'd still want to bring her to the desert, but we don't need to necessarily bring her to Irisil to find out this job that we're doing.
So then she would just be staying at the Misty Step, researching pyramids or something cool. I don't know.
Pyramids,
Sand or
traps. What kind of traps you might be
Something.
expecting?
Sandpaper. Why would anyone do that?
Do I find that in the desert?
Yeah. So the plants here, they kind of do look like they want to eat you. They're not snarling or anything, but they're hissing and following you, and
Terrific.
yeah, they look poisonous because they're so bright. And they smell great though. One of them's oozing like a sticky kind of liquid, and as a little bee comes by to feast on said liquid, it snaps down and eats it.
How aggressive is the
horrifying.
snapping? Is it just like, or is it like launches out to grab this thing?
It's less of a Venus flytrap and more of a
Oh dear God.
pretty sweet. The rest of the house looks fine though. It's just a weird garden. Did a cat fall?
Yep. Stitches is not the most graceful of beings.
She's damn cute.
Bianca, walk up. Hello?
You hear shuffling on the inside and some heavy footfalls, and then the door swings open and you see a bald elf and she's going, "What?"
Are you Irisu?
Yes. Who? And she looks around. Who are all of you?
I wave.
My name's Naroke.
Morphe sent us. We're supposed to be able to get a teleportation spell.
We're told you can poof us to the desert.
It's a lot to take in. No, Morphe. I don't know a Morphe, and I can't take you to the desert. I can't teleport people. That's sort of my brother's area of expertise. How do you know about him?
We were told to come and talk to you.
I see. Sorry, who's this Morphe?
Morphe's the one who told us to talk to you. We were asking about ways to get to the desert,
Interesting.
and they mentioned you.
Perhaps one of my brother's friends that I've never met. Unfortunately. Oh, what do you?
Hours.
You have a thought, Naroke?
Naroke. Well, we're gonna find out if Naroke has a thought. Nope. Player has a thought. Naroke doesn't.
Oh.
No thoughts, head empty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know that I can really help you right now. I don't know the man you're speaking of, and again, I am not the person that has that area of expertise. That's my brother.
Well, then where's your brother? Can we speak to him?
Currently missing.
Terrific.
Where'd you last leave him?
She's gonna kind of look at you and suppress a massive eye roll.
Is he behind the couch?
Seems really high stressed. Like, I didn't leave him anywhere. I'm not his keeper.
Well, it seems like you're the one that lost. No, I don't say that.
Well, then, do you have any idea where he went?
Sorry, are you attempting to help? Are you going to help?
We just bought the teleport, and it seems to be your brother has the teleport, so we need to find your brother.
Great.
So if your brother is lost, and your brother is the one who could get us to the desert, then the next logical step would be we find your brother.
Yes.
Great. Well, I suppose I could use all the help I can. You're not of this town, and maybe that helps. Everyone sort of lost hope. Come in. She gestures into her little abode.
Okay, I will go in.
Naroke will take off his hat and then duck to step in.
And duck down. The ceiling is high enough in this place that after.
Yeah, but the door frames probably aren't.
No, the door frame's not. But just so you know, you don't have to crouch once you get past the door. And it is full of cool little knickknacks from, I guess you wouldn't know this, but just very, very eclectic in nature. Everything seems mismatched. Sort of like when you go to someone's house and they've been on vacation all over the world, and you're just like, this is a lot of weird crap that doesn't necessarily fit. And that's what her little hut is adorned with.
What sort of things do we have sitting on the shelves or tables and all that kind of stuff?
There's like various pottery that's each with a different design that doesn't look like it's from the same sort of area. There's a little snow globe, which is super fun, and there's little pyramids in the snow globe there. And it's actually, when you shake it, if you were to shake it, it wouldn't be snow, it would be sand. So it's like a sand.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, does it usually snow in the desert? Shaking it.
Sand. If you touch it, she's like, please don't drop it. These are precious things to me. There's like art, like tapestries on the walls, and yeah, various instruments, little
I
frogs,
see
wood.
you're an art collector as well.
Marsh and
Forgot
his
about that
tapestries.
You should see my Alferia collection. It's a work in progress, but it's getting there.
Yes, perhaps sometime. These are all from my travels with my brother. So come sit, and she's gonna bring you to the living room and be like, I'd be very grateful for the help in finding Taryn, but I still don't quite understand. Like, you just show up at my doorstep looking for him out of the blue. The timing is kind of oddly perfect. It just
Well,
I
we've been traveling for a while, and the next destination we had was the desert. We were told to come talk to you, so we came here.
It is kind of weird how the names got mixed up, but
yeah, I don't understand why I would be the person referred to. Why are you even going to the desert? That makes no sense.
Oh,
Archaeological expedition.
Oh, that's such a better answer. I don't say.
Looks nice.
I'm on one of myself.
It's almost like I built my character around talking.
Expedition. Okay,
Not me.
I suppose that's not too uncommon. Potentially lots of treasures to be buried out there. Okay, so you need to go to the desert. You're looking for my brother. You've been informed to find me. Something just
so
feels
maybe
off.
you are your brother's keeper.
No, not, I assure you. Putting aside that this feels weird and kind of like a setup, I really could use the help. So Taryn, missing 6 days ago. He doesn't live with me. He lives with his partner. He left to go for a walk one day, is what I'm told, and hasn't come back since. And it's not like him. He likes to travel. He's not flighty though. He always longs to come back to home.
DM question: how long ago did we talk to? How long ago did we get her name?
You less than a week.
Yeah, because we had been... We got the name the first day we got into town. We did the fight pit the second night.
Yeah.
And then we had the day after that we spent in town, and then 2 days to get here. So it's been 5 days. He's been missing for 6.
So that Morphe either got really interesting news very, very quickly, or something's up. Because remember, Morphe said that she would have a problem.
Yeah.
Might have a problem, I think, is the
Yeah.
exact phrasing that was
That
used.
that your group can help her with, and to be like, no one's doing insights on her. She's letting you into her house. She seems happy you're there, but she's also like not aggressive, but she's kind of weirded out by this.
Yeah, I think maybe we've also been set up too.
Oh, we've 100% been set up, and Naroke is too dumb to realize that.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, before you said we're going on an archaeological dig, Marsh was almost going to yell, "It's confidential," so Marsh isn't thinking of putting the pieces together either.
Yeah. Okay.
There is one
So,
smart person in this party.
Oh god, I forgot. Is it Elfiria? Is her name?
No,
Irasil is the elf we're
Irasil.
talking to.
Alferia is the
The one who
way back, I
that
just
Marsh has all the
remembered.
tapestries of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Elfiria is the
okay.
fire lady.
Okay.
I'm just here to scramble you up, apparently.
It is after 10 p.m. here, folks. So I'm just gonna flat out say to her, listen, we got word that you could teleport us, but you might have some trouble that we could help you with. The thing is that we got that information 5 days ago.
Disconcerting.
So
Yes. So either our contact has some really fast lines of communication, or we're both being set up here.
Naroke's just sitting there, like, counting days on his fingers.
Marsh is really interested in all the art and knickknacks.
Okay, so you're probably flitting about her house looking at stuff.
Oh yeah, like as soon as you mentioned the art and the random things, I'm all up in that business.
Alright, so Irisel is really talking to Dominic.
Yeah,
at this
just
point.
Nick.
I mean, Naroke's sitting there, but he doesn't have a whole lot of contributors. It's just like numbers and stuff.
Numbers and stuff. Alright, so we're gonna look for my brother, but we're gonna assume this is a trap.
Oh, almost definitely, yes.
This feels great to me. I know that seems weird to say, but I have higher hope that he's alive then if he's being used as some sort of bait for me or you or... Do you have powerful enemies?
You know, I wouldn't have thought so, but...
I mean, really, who would want to stab an archaeologist?
A lot of people would want to stab an archaeologist.
They're
But we haven't
archaeologists.
found anything yet.
Marsh is confused of a situation as a whole.
Yeah.
But you didn't dig up that skull and point to Raptor.
Oh, we got that yesterday. I made it.
Well, technically, nature made it, but we cleaned it up.
Once it dies, it's mine.
Forget I asked. Okay. So the question is, how do we go about finding him? The last person to see him was his partner, Desric, and he says he went out for a walk, which was normal. That was part of his routine. He'd go for walks every day. I don't know where to start, other than a walk.
Well, I guess we talk to Desric and find out where he normally went for walks. And then we snoop around that route and see if there's anything interesting along there.
I'm gonna look into some contacts myself, now that I'm getting a sense that this is sinister and weird and plotting.
Did we get the brother's name, by the way?
Terran.
Terran.
It's the one that the town is missing.
R-R-I-N.
It was where Naroke had failed his intelligence check of, like, is their brother the person who's missing in town? Which turned out yes.
Hold apply.
Yeah, it's just names are falling out of my head right now for some
That's
reason.
fair. It's probably because of the lateness.
That might be a factor.
We won't run you too late. We'll be getting to a good spot. Yeah. So she's kind of jumped up and is sort of like pacing, and she has this renewed kind of vigor. Like it's a mix of like, oh shit, what have I gotten into, and like, oh shit, like we can find him. Like he's still gonna be alive. Like everything's kind of, just excitable in a scary way for her. And she's gonna say, I'll take you to Desric. I'll take you to him now. You can talk to him. Maybe he can help you. Maybe you can help him. And then I'm gonna go and see what I can do on my end. I've got
All
some
right.
ideas now.
Sounds good.
And she like ushers you politely out of the house. Marsh, I like to think you're like throwing a paper plane that you found. It's a paper airplane, and what it does is it loops on itself and then lands back in your hand. So you just throw it,
Fascinating.
and it's like perpetually looping. And she's like, "I can make you one later. Come now."
Oh, okay. Bye, Mr. Airplane.
Walks you down the steps, past the gate, and as you're leaving, she like reaches in a bucket, pulls out a handful of meat, and tosses it into the garden bed. And a bunch of like plants like start fighting over it, like a bunch of dogs. Like,
That's disconcerting.
I think we might have found your brother.
Oh no.
Do you say that?
No, not even remotely.
Good. Closes the gate behind you, takes you into town, and now you've attracted some attention, because the very angry, upset Irisel is stomping in with the new people in town that people have seen because, Naroke was going around buying diamonds. Like, I'll take all of your diamonds, please.
I think it's mostly the fact that it's like, I need diamonds, and just drops a sack of money on the counter. It's like,
You're like, sir, I'm a cobbler.
oh, sorry.
Give me your diamonds.
Takes the money, goes next door. Dunk.
I need
I need diamonds.
Repeat ad infinitum all the way up and down the street.
Every shop. So if nothing else, they know we're loaded. If we get stabbed, it's probably my fault.
Probably your fault. So people aren't like, they're noticing you, not in like a grim, like, ooh, let's get them way, but just, that's odd.
All the merchants particularly really like you for some reason.
Yeah.
Well, there's two in particular that really like me. But all the merchants will be very friendly to me, because I have money.
As they hear the jingle of Dominic's cash. That was something.
Wait,
he did.
how much money do you have on your character?
Nick's at almost 1,000.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I have 960 gold.
Those
Damn.
cats down.
I've been stealing a lot and not spending a lot.
You're making a safe investment for the future. It's fine.
Yeah, so she'll take you into town, and into like a little. It's almost like an apartment complex, which is really fun. So she has her own key, opens up the main door, and there's a bunch of stairwells that branch off. It's really cool, kind of Harry Potter-esque. And she takes you up one, knocks on the door there before turning the key in and walking inside. And out comes rushing a half-elf who's a little bit short for being having elven blood. And he's got curly blonde hair, and his goatee is made of like shiny gems that he's meticulously placed onto it, and his eyebrows are drawn on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, otherwise clean shaven. And he's gonna say, Irisil, have you heard any? And then notice your ragtag team. Just be like, what's going on?
Naroke will take off his hat.
I wave.
He gives an odd wave. And Irisil's gonna say, long story short, these people can help in a weird way, but I think something strange is going on. More
Help
strange.
in a weird way is the best way to describe us.
Will help, but it's gonna be weird. It's gonna get weird.
Oh man.
It's gonna get weird before it gets better.
Oh no.
Well, that's up to you. I'm just gonna kind of walk up to him and hold his face and be like, Desric, I think we're getting set up, or they're getting set up, or someone's getting set up, and Terran's at the heart of it somehow. I'm gonna go and tell these people everything you know. I think they can help. And he's gonna give her like a little peck on the forehead and be like, be safe. And she flutters off. And she's, before she leaves, though, she says, should I meet you somewhere after? My place? Do you have a place in town?
We're staying at the Misty Step, but it might be better for us to meet at your place.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think if we need to talk with you, we'll just meet you at home.
Misty's a bitch. Yes, come back to my place. She'll leave.
Huh.
An interesting new piece of information. Misty's a bitch.
Yep.
Small
Very
town
important
drama,
information.
it's already beginning. Sorry.
So, no, it's good. Desric, kind of wide-eyed new face, and just doesn't really know where to begin. Sort of like, hi,
Hi.
tea?
Tea sounds good.
Tea.
Tea is
I haven't
good.
tea in ages.
Like, follow me to the kitchens, please. And he already has a pot that's kind of boiling. He pulls out some misshapen mugs. His place is not as exorbitantly furnished as Irisil's. Like, the walls aren't covered head to toe with knickknacks, but there's a bit of odd knickknacks out and about in his place. Kind of the same feel as what you saw in Irisil's house. And he says, how do you like chamomile? Is that okay?
That works for me.
Sleepy tea?
Is it sleepy tea?
Mm.
Don't give the man an existential crisis.
I'll just drink it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll pour you up cups and offer some like raw sugar and stuff. And he sort of cradles his, but doesn't sip it. Just kind of rocking in his chair like I am. You can help. How can you help? How can I help?
I figure we could start by you telling us like where he was headed the day you last saw him.
Yes, Terran. For a walk. He just does a walk around town, really, just on the outskirts. He likes the plant life. He likes seeing people and chatting with them. He goes for a walk every morning. I didn't think anything of it.
Okay, clockwise, counterclockwise?
Clockwise. Yeah, clockwise. He He did mention having a talk with Meeks, because she wanted to speak to him, but he wasn't ready to talk to her. So I think it was just a walk.
Who is Meeks to him?
Meeks is sort of the leader of the town here. She started off as a like caravan proprietor, helped build the roads into Newport, kind of got it bigger than what it is, helped establish it, and has just sort of run the town since.
Is she like a mayor?
I suppose so.
Is Meeks the gnome with the really long hair?
Do you ask him that?
Yes.
Yes, that is Meeks.
Okay, interesting.
But he said he wasn't ready to talk to her, so I assumed he hadn't, but I suppose it's possible he did. He just said he was going for a walk.
All right. And did Taryn have any arguments with anyone in the days leading up to his disappearance?
I'm aware of. Everyone loved him. He was very helpful. People would come to him with favors or problems, needing things. He's quite gifted. He can always find something that anyone needs, given enough time.
Is there anything that he was trying to find when he went missing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Does he keep a journal or a list of things that he's been trying to find?
I suppose he has a kind of a book for work that, manages where he's gone, looking for things, whether he found it there or not. Kind of a map, even.
Would we be able to take a look at it?
Absolutely. And he'll take you into an adjacent room. And unfortunately, I think I ran out of space trying to upload the map of the world, but you will have a map of the world.
Okay.
Via Deseric.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll take you into his room, and there's a little map that he has, and some ledgers and papers and stuff, and I'm just gonna say, I guess this is his most recent booklet. You can take a look, I suppose. Wouldn't hurt anything.
Okay, I'll flip through.
Yeah, it just seems pretty boring at a first glance. There's like a name, an item, a date, and then a list of places. It'll either have like a check mark and you discern that he's found it, or a name with a line crossed out, another place, line crossed out, another place, until there's a check mark signaling that he's found it. The most recent entry, it looks as if he found what he was looking for. He was looking for an orb. And yeah, so there seems to be no pending entries from this log, from what you can tell.
Okay.
The most recent one, what was the name associated with it?
The name associated with it was Halberg.
Halberg?
Yeah.
So Halberg was the last one he was trying to find something for, but he found it and it was an orb. Are there any details about the orb?
Yeah. It's going to say purple in color. Some sort of magic, question mark. That's what he has written down by it.
Okay.
Purple in color. Of personal value is also written on there.
By chance, do you know anything of like his process of how he was so good at finding things?
He can get to and from locations very quickly.
Oh, yeah, teleport. Yep.
Now, does he teleport or does he just run really, really, really fast?
He is a good runner, I suppose, but it's the magic. Honestly, I think we've been too lackadaisy about who knows about it. If complete strangers like you come to town and know to seek, well, Irisil out, but him out nonetheless. Perhaps we should have been more guarded.
All right, so I think we should probably go talk to Meeks.
I guess we
Yeah.
should maybe take the book with us just in case it could be useful again down the line.
Yep, I think we can keep that.
Yeah.
Is it okay if we take this? I say to the partner.
Yeah, I don't think it's of any use to him now. Even he comes back, he can just start a new one. Yeah, hang on to it for now.
Okay.
Not a problem.
And-
Meeks' house is, and he'll describe a red building.
Okay.
Red walls, orange roof.
Naroke does want to.
That sounds hideous.
Naroke does want to mention to Nick that it'd probably be a good idea to make a copy of the map if we could.
Yeah, we should do that.
He has spares, so
Okay, we'll take a spare.
Lovely.
spare for you.
Marvelous.
And please, let me or Irisil know anything as you find out.
Will
And
do.
if there's anything I can do, please tell me.
I
I'll keep my
don't
door
suppose you have a lot of diamonds.
Not a lot. Will diamonds help?
They help people stay alive.
Or
Yeah,
be alive
okay.
again.
And he's gonna take off one of his many rings, his pinky ring, and be like, "Here."
I don't suppose that's 150 gold diamond, is it?
It's not.
Well,
When you
we're adding
appraise-
to the count.
Sorry, appraisal's not a thing in this. It's Pathfinder. What is the?
I don't know if there is a really nice correlated stat. Is there?
Yeah.
It'd be probably investigation.
God, that just seems so, like Sherlock Holmesy. Yeah. Any of you can try and investigate the diamond.
Yeah, that's an. I guess I should have rolled that. It's like, my dice rolled an 8.
5.
I'll hold out on this one for now.
All right.
Yeah, that's not much better than my physical dice. I can put the physical dice away. So
We
I'm
are
not.
all rolling like shit today.
Rolls.
Actually, yeah, I thought about it more. No, I'll give it a try.
Give it a try.
It's a shiny. 12. There we
alright.
go.
It's at least 10 gold worth of a diamond, probably, and safely say 10 gold, 10 GP. So he'll gladly let you add that to the collection as take it as payment, like front up for helping.
We will do our absolute best.
Thank you. And downs back his tea and helps point you in the direction of Meeks' house. It's coming into early evening now, but the streets are still quite lively. Sun's still not too low in the sky yet, but it is getting a little tiny bit darker. How are you going about talking to Meeks, or do you talk to Meeks at first? What's the plan?
Actually, I would love an opportunity to just kind of snoop around the house before we go knock on the front door and ask to talk to Meeks.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you guys sending Dominic to be sleuthy? Do you guys all want to take up
I have a little bit of stealth. I could join.
And it's like the part is like, should we all sneak around? Naroke just kind of like bounces in place. It's like clunk 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 as well as his armor. It's like
Please don't.
we saw how stealthy I was back in Zombie City.
That was great. Yeah, however you want to go about this, if it's just like setting up outside her doors for like a couple hours, also like interrogating people while that's happening, divide and
Is
conquer.
this like a standalone house?
Yeah, it is pretty standalone. One of the biggest houses in the town. The closest house to it is right across from it, from what you discern is the front door, and it's a row of houses.
Okay, so would I be able to like do a full perimeter check?
Yeah, hell yeah, you can.
Okay, I will do that. Trying not to draw too much attention to myself, because the last thing I need is someone calling the neighborhood watch on me.
Train for danger.
On your first day too.
Yeah, my first day in town, someone calls neighborhood watch on me.
One guy's like bugging people for diamonds, the other one's snooping around, and one is a raptor.
And is a lizard.
Hey, I think I'm the most chill out of this so far.
Yeah,
so
I,
far.
I feel like it is at many times severely understated. You are the only giant lizard we've met.
One day I'll find more of me. I know they're there somewhere.
Maybe in the desert.
I mean, more likely than the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, if we unless there's like ice lizards there,
Lizards. That's not a bad idea. Let me just make a note.
the blizzard lizards.
Lizard.
That's really good.
That's unfortunate.
Oh,
Oh no.
Well, we know we're fighting when we get to the ice area now.
Just the lizard king ruling.
It's fine. Naroke's resistant against cold. He's just gonna be like, bring it.
Meanwhile, Dominic's just miserable.
You don't really see Dominic. You just see a parka with some eyes.
Yeah, just see the eye holes.
I'm pretty sure I would need to be as bundled as well. So just
Yeah.
most of the party bundled except Naroke.
Basically. But Dominic, if you do a perimeter check, so front door, assume we're just gonna go clockwise around the building. Couple windows high up. You get to the back. There is no back door on the ground level, but there is a balcony with a door leading inside. Still some more windows. And then you keep wrapping around the other house. There's some lower windows, some higher ones, and then you're at the front.
Okay, interesting.
I mean, we could come back in the middle of the night. I could just throw you up to that balcony.
Let's try talking to her first.
Okay.
Then we'll consider breaking and entering after we have a conversation.
I mean, we could always start another riot too. That one went really well in the last town.
I would like historically speaking, that tactic has a 100% success rate.
And this time we have the bag of rats, which is so much easier than lighting a barrel on fire.
Yeah.
Oh god, the town is being
Start
overrun by
riot, get a whole bunch
rats.
of people in a room, and then throw the rats at them. Stampede.
I really need to get some sort of like pipe or musical instrument that'll help clear out the town afterwards.
You guys
Why
have
would
a
we
good-
want to clear out the town afterwards?
That's an excellent point. What if we want to come back later?
Rat City?
Rat City. The city's
Yeah,
not
all the
rats.
cities have all just evolved to like rat folk, and now they're all just like hobbling around.
God, what is going on in that bag? I should put this away.
The rats have evolved. Okay. All of you are here together, or
Yeah, I think we're all going up to the front door.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
the
try
last
to
thing
be
the party wants
quiet.
to do is leave Naroke unattended.
Or Marsh, for that matter.
I'll try to be quiet.
That makes one of us.
a little knock, knock, knock on the door. You hear some quiet footfalls, and then you hear some louder footfalls, presumably someone stepping up a stepladder. Is anyone looking directly at the peephole? Focusing
I mean,
on it?
that's not for us. That's for the other side of the door.
No,
So
but can't you kind of see something?
No.
no.
They are
I-
intentionally designed so
Well,
you
can
can't.
see a tiny.
Yeah.
It's really tiny and really distorted, so you can't actually see anything worthwhile.
You could like you get like you'd be able to make something out maybe.
I think Marsh is just like, ooh.
How does
Went
this
to it. Anyways, after a moment, you hear someone descend the steps, the shuffle of wood on floor, and the door opens to reveal a gnome, familiar gnome, at least to Dominic. She's gonna say,
Familiar?
Hired. Are you Meeks?
I am.
Oh, yeah.
You're the new people in town. Yes, I've already heard about you.
Really?
Oh, really? What have you
Anything
heard?
else?
Well, you come with money, so no complaints so far.
Yeah, I was a
Yeah.
little bit disappointed the town didn't have more diamonds.
Yeah, we have money, but only for a very specific need.
Too bad. Yeah, no mines here to be spoken of. Hopefully we can find something else for you to spend your money on. But how can I help you?
Well, we came here to talk to Taryn, and it turns out that Taryn is not here.
Yes, poor boy's been missing.
Right. Well, we went to go talk to his partner, and he mentioned that the day he disappeared, he was going on his usual habitual walk around town, and that he mentioned that he needed to speak to you about something, but wasn't going to do so. And we were just wondering what it was that he was hoping to talk to you about.
She's kind kind of giving you a little side eye, like, are you accusing me? But she doesn't say that.
Yeah, just unfailingly polite this entire time while looking her dead in the eye.
Naroke's looking down at his knees because that's about how high this gnome is.
Yep. And she's gonna say, well, he didn't need to talk to me. I needed to talk to him. It was a job opportunity. He's good at finding things. I was just hoping to employ his services.
Interesting. Do you mind if I ask what you were hoping he would find for you?
Yeah. No. A tapestry.
Oh,
As you can
Looks
see,
over to Marsh.
that would
say,
be
as
amazing, but no.
As you can see, and she motions inside her home there, I have quite the collection, and I just wanted to see if he would go on another one of his little trips for me. I was willing to pay in full, of course, as we all do. But I never spoke to the boy. He went missing before we talked. Could talk.
With his little trips, was there a common destination there, someplace he went more often than others?
You were very quiet. I could not hear a single thing you said.
It's odd. Here, let me. Can you still hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you now.
Okay, interesting. My mic wasn't even that far from my face. Just, not that I'm aware of. I mean, I'm as close to him as I am anyone. I kind of run this town, but if he had a favorite cafe or a market stall, I wasn't aware.
All right, and the little trips, like it was just all within town then?
All within town. That's as far as I'm aware.
So
I
you
mean,
never
I've-
went and further afield, at least in your knowledge.
Not that I'm aware of. Nope. I would see him on these walks if I was out and about. I think most people have. Everyone knows that he walks. Something about always being on the move in his mind. He's a bit flighty. I don't think he can stay in one place for very long. I think he was kind of itching to leave this town, if you ask me. Always chasing some grand adventure.
Interesting. Well, that should be very helpful to us. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Are you guys staying long?
Oh, probably a night or two. We came to town to talk to Taryn. We sort of need his help with something, and we can't really move on until we find him.
See, well, I hope things work out for the best for everyone. Are we
Yeah,
quite done?
thanks. Yes, I think we're done.
Excellent. Take care. Oh, sorry. Does anyone?
Naroke wants to insight check this person of like, are they just
Yeah.
trying to get rid of us because they are hiding something?
Okay, fair enough.
Nick will also insight check.
Marsh,
That's
are you gonna jump
18.
in on that? 18.
17.
17.
Finally, not rolling like shit.
Yeah, holy shit.
There was one line that was very suspicious, so I'm gonna. roll
Yeah, well,
it.
I'm already suspicious.
There were several things in
Yeah,
there that me
well,
as a
our
player is
rules-
suspicious of.
Man,
18,
our
17,
rules as a
18.
team today are just so in sync. It's weird.
Yeah. Lots of 8s and 7s too.
Yeah, the 787 for our perception checks.
18, 17, 18. She wants you gone. Like,
Yep.
you're getting the sense that she is done with this conversation. She seems like you've noticed a few times during that conversation, her breathing would sort of pick up a little bit and had a couple weird tells. You get the sense that maybe she knows a little bit more than she's letting on.
Yeah, I mean, we can't move on until we find Taryn was definitely implied as a threat on my part.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I guess you're stuck with us.
Yeah, we can't leave until we find our guy. So if you got him stashed anywhere and you want us gone.
Oh man.
Well, it looks like we're going to be throwing Nick up into a balcony later.
Yeah, exactly. And as we're walking away from the house, I'm just gonna turn to the other guys and say, "We're breaking into that fucking house."
Yeah, we are.
As soon as you say, like, we're breaking into that fuking house, Naroke, you just see Naroke, like, grab his hammer and turn around and start walking back towards the
Not
house.
right now.
You're dumb enough to do it. Like, okay.
I grab him
Alright.
by the arm and kind of hook my arm through his and go, "Later, later, later."
Oh, okay. Naroke put his hammer back into his box.
Yeah, can you later? Can you cheerleader boost me up onto a balcony? Because I think
I can absolutely do so.
sweet.
Oh.
So you're waiting for, I assume you're going to wait for the dead of night?
Yeah,
Or
we're
what-
waiting for nightfall now.
Any plans until the actual crime time?
Bath.
I guess I'll just wander around the city, see if anything weird comes up.
So,
Hopefully, it doesn't kidnap me.
so what I'm wondering, because if we're going to break into the house, Naroke would want to change his spells. So would we be able to essentially long rest in the evening and then get up in the middle of the night to then go and break into the house?
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with that.
Okay, sweet deal. Then yeah, Naroke is going to change out a
Yeah.
bunch of his spells and prepare.
Just take the ultimate devil's nap.
You're obviously allowed to use your time as you see fit. So bath, or no, you're just gonna go straight to bed.
Well, Naroke will go and he'll, like, because the 8 hours that you require for long rest, like, that's be like low activity at most, and then like sleeping and stuff like that. So Naroke will have a nice long bath and then go to bed.
You guys can all take your long rest. Were you sleeping? Was there shared quarters for some of you?
Me and Marsh had shared a room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm bunking on my own. I've just been
also,
on the road
like-
with these guys. I don't want any more to see them anymore, at least for a night.
Oh gosh. Are we are we just going straight to the rest, or
Yeah, if we go to bed at like 6, we can get up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, but if there's some stuff you specifically want to do, Marsh, before the long rest.
it wasn't actually very important. I was just gonna like do like a quick wander around town, just I don't know, just to kind of like just get more of a feel for it, basically. Go on a walk. People here like going on walks.
Yeah, they do. They also
Historically, it has not worked out well for them, though.
That's just one out of one examples.
Just 100% of our examples so far.
No, absolutely. You can kind of get your bearings, walk with a sort of purpose of like, this is where this is the restaurant, this is that, here's the market. So if you ever need to make a quick getaway or something, like you familiarize yourself pretty well with the town. And people are happy to talk to you as well. No one's really standoffish to the giant lizard man.
Nice.
Like you might get some kind of like odd, like, oh, that's new, but no one's shunning you or anything.
Mhm.
They'll ask you, what caravan are you a part of, or where are you from?
Yep.
The Farmer Brick Caravan, of course.
The brick caravan. Ah, you mean the church? Nice. There's needing of fixing. Damn kid.
What were those kids doing anyways? Like throwing rocks at it?
Dynamite.
Wow.
Small children with dynamite.
Where did we get the dynamite? Or where did they get the dynamite? I apologize.
They made it.
Okay,
There's a whole fucking Fight Club plot happening in the background of this town.
I just write down in my notes, make dynamite, question mark?
Please don't make a thing out of this. I'm telling you, my ass.
It's just a little teenage terrorist cell.
Well, I mean, there's gotta be, like, the components to make dynamite around here somewhere. I just gotta find it. If we're sticking around for a couple more days, I know what I'm doing, but I think after I get my bearings...
I need you to consider very carefully before you Google the words how to make dynamite.
You're gonna end up on a whole bunch of watch lists.
It's too late for me, I'm a writer, but you can still save yourself.
It's like sulfur and like a couple other things. That's all I remember on the top of my head.
Molotovs are much easier.
And gasoline?
I think that you could. I'm actually probably just not just gonna start listing all the weird things you could make on this stream. Might not be a good idea. Let's go.
Yeah, crack open the anarchist cookbook and start reading off entries. It's fine.
The
Stream's rated 18 over. It's fine.
March, you can gallivant around town just fine. Getting a good lay of the land. Getting to know some of the folk. Easy, fun. Learn about the church. And then you phone it in for the night. You all have your wonderful long rest. And then, I guess when you're leaving the Misty Step, Misty is still up. There's maybe 2 other people in the sort of bar part this late at night, just having a drink and kind of keeping to themselves. And she doesn't really pay you any mind as you leave. Just kind of gives a little nod of her head and continues to go about her bar business. And you guys to head to Meek's Manor? Anything else beforehand, or just going to Meek's place?
I think, and I think we're going to do our best not to be seen. Because we already got seen leaving the inn. I don't think we want to like if Meek starts complaining that somebody broke into their house. We don't exactly
Yeah, I think I will leave Raptor at home for this specifically. I don't think he really adds much outside of combat in this specific case.
So, are you leaving? Like, obviously, you're kind of leaving, I guess, the tavern together if you want to. But do you head to Meek's place together, or one at a time? Like, how sneaky are you trying to be?
Doing it together?
Okay.
I can see some harm, and it's chainmail disadvantage on stealth checks.
The clap of Naroke's ass cheeks will alert the guards.
That's why I just never wear armor of any kind.
Naked all the time.
You could stand to wear pants every once in a while.
It restricts my movement. I don't know.
I just like the freedom. Long grass. Okay, so then so you're just cautiously moving, trying not to invoke anyone's ire. Cool. So you get to Meek's Manor, larger building in town, garish in color. It's a little bit nicer on your eyes right now, Dominic, because it's dark. So it's not as horrible to look at. There are no lights on currently, which kind of makes sense because it's the middle of the night.
Did Meeks didn't have like guards or anything, if I remember correctly, right?
Correct. You never saw anyone posted outside. You didn't see anyone inside, for what little you could see. How do you want to break in?
I like the idea of getting boosted onto the balcony, but was there a back door that I saw?
There's no back door on the ground level, just one up on the balcony.
Correct.
Okay, so I think we're getting in through that balcony.
Okay, if you don't want to do a window. There were a couple windows on the ground level, but balcony's fine.
Well, what do you think? Looking at the layout of the house, what do I think the odds are that the balcony leads into the master bedroom? Because we maybe don't want to go there right away.
Pretty good that it would lead into the master bedroom.
Okay, maybe we go in through a ground floor window then.
Yeah. Hopefully, assume these look pretty openable.
We could always just Ralph our way through the window. Just.
I don't recommend it. I'm gonna go to any of the windows and see if there are any where I can like jimmy the latch open with a knife or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay. The first one you try and open doesn't resist too much, and you're able to just slide it. Actually, you don't even need to try and break into it. It seems like the windows she's left unlocked.
How incredibly trusting they are in this town. We will soon prove this to be folly.
The group that just wants all your diamonds never need to lock your doors when they come in town.
Don't worry about it.
How do you spend all this money? Like, how do you get the money? Well, we rob you blind, and then we...
And then it's called stimulating the economy. We steal from you, and then we spend that dollar right away in your town.
But only if you have the items we desired, which sounds like a you problem.
Friggin' perfect. Yeah, so the window, totally fine to sneak in. Would your plan be just Dominic sussing it out? Or
I was thinking myself is I would just let Dominic take the lead, and I'd just kind of be fine skulking closely behind. Basically, like, my plan is if, I don't know, like, the owner just suddenly starts wandering around the house, I'll just cast sleep on her, and then we can just put her back to bed.
So you're, Marsh, you would want to enter the house then, not be outside.
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
No, I'm basically following reasonably behind Dominic.
Okay, and Naroke, if Dominic enters the house, Marsh a little bit behind that, are you going to stay outside, or are you going to enter the house as well?
Naroke would probably enter the house. But Naroke is like making like as best as he can to like move slowly and quietly.
Okay, yeah. Well, Nick was able to get the open window open quite easily.
Woohoo!
So Nick, you climb in very, very carefully. Big open kind of lobbies. Like you recognize the room that you're in right now as her front entryway, having seen it earlier. There's a grand staircase leading upstairs, a dining room kitchenette on the main floor leading to your right, I guess, if you were to look that way. The house is shrouded in mostly darkness. There's a couple candles, kind of like here and there on a mantle that don't really give off much light. Like nothing that was discernible when you were coming upon the house. Yeah, very dark. What would you like to do?
We saw like the tapestry collection from the entryway, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna check out that tapestry collection to see if there's anything notable about it.
Yeah, tapestries.
It's all over it. Yeah, they're very like ornate. Most of them are just brightly colored, bold shapes. There's about 2 of them that are tapestries of like actual people that you don't recognize. They're very beautifully done. Nice hand stitching on it. They look like very well-to-do, powerful people. One has a crown.
So no familiar subjects here.
No subjects, no.
Okay. And nothing in the way of like I don't know, secret safe hidden behind one of the tapestries.
Hey,
Kicks
money.
and giggles.
Be handy. Yeah, when you open, like, flip behind each tapestry or whatever, no, you don't see any safes.
Naroke is going
It's
to...
always good to check.
Always.
I guess we're going to see if we explode. Because that's always fun. Roll 1d20. Because Naroke is going to cast Detect Magic.
Detect magic. Okay. Sorry, my phone's going off. You don't explode?
We do not explode.
Alright.
So Detect Magic for the duration, which is concentration up to 10 minutes. I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. If I sense magic in any way, I can use my action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and learn its school of magic, if any.
Alright. Sucks. Okay.
You're
So-
very quiet again.
It's odd.
Yeah, I think when you pull your mic way away like that, we
Oh.
start cutting out.
Completely losing it. There is a bunch of magical pings that go off on the ground floor here of various knickknacks.
Okay.
I'd say there's about 3.
What
like
kind
a
of
little-
knickknacks?
Most of them are orbs.
What
just
kind of
like
magic we got
round-
going from them?
Yeah, what kind of magic do we got going them? I don't know. One's evocation.
That
One
thing could
is
explode.
yeah. One is enchantment, and one is transmutation.
How big are these orbs?
They're like a little bit bigger than a closed fist. Ah, shit.
We're not taking these, are we?
I think it would be best if nobody knew we were here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would be down taking these if it wasn't for the fact we literally just visited earlier this evening. It's like,
We are
oh,
the
which
prime
weird vis-
suspects if anything goes missing.
what strange visitors. Also, by the way, where did my everything go?
All the tapestries are gone. Well, I mean, if we really wanted to, we could always sneak up to the bedroom, and I could cast I could cast deafen on them, and then we could literally like smash everything, and they wouldn't hear it anything.
I would prefer it if we did not.
Yeah.
They could feel your footsteps.
But yeah, I don't think I agree. I don't think it's a good idea to take them at this point. It might be worthwhile coming back and grabbing them on our way out.
Yeah, like I think once we confirm this person's a bad person, we got
Rob 'em
some
blind.
places to hit up.
Yep.
God, this person is actually evil. I mean, so are we, but steal everything they have.
We are dastardly at worst.
I like that. Sounds handsome.
Chaotic neutral.
Emphasis
So-
on the chaotic.
Uh-huh.
In addition to those pings of magic down here, the 3 orbs, there's also a faint glow somewhere upstairs.
What
that
kind of
really
magic
sticks out
is
this
from
completely
upstairs?
dark house.
Kind of magic is upstairs. It is divination.
As the person just sitting upstairs with a scrying orb.
They're
Um,
scrying. The scrying's coming
Scrying on
from
us.
inside the house.
Well, I mean, if they're scrying on us, Detect Magic would also see the scrying eye, so...
I just basically pictured it's like, oh, where are these people? Ah, they're in my house. Great.
It's like, oh, no.
Well, that background looks awfully familiar. Ah, fuck.
Man, that carpet looks so gaudy. Oh wait.
Oh shit. Is this what my house looks like to other people? Yeah, so main level. So far, house is quiet. A couple pings of magic. The odd tacky knickknack. Bunch of magic-y orbs.
I think there's more magic here than we've detected in a large part of the campaign. There's just so much little things.
Yeah, all the little baubles here and there. Although, that being said, Naroke opens his chest and just sees, the, scattering of, magical things in there. Closes his chest, no, I'm pretty sure we've hit more. As I look at the magical bottles that are sentient.
You open the chest, they skitter at you.
Oh, I know you brought these up
Close
early,
the-
right? I already forgot about them. I think my brain doesn't want to remember these things.
Okay, so magical source upstairs, and then are there any stairs down? Is there a basement?
You don't see any stairs leading down at
Okay.
the moment.
What
Okay,
do
so-
do they have any, books or anything like that in the living room?
Yeah, there would be a shelf with some assortment of books.
Anything that seems out of place?
You're not looking for
Anything
secret
that seems like we
doors.
could pull it and open a secret door.
Well, not even just that, but is there a whole bunch of just general fiction, and then here's this one book on eldritch horrors, and
Gotcha.
Yeah.
not specifically the can I pull this book and then open the hidden door behind the closet?
Although that
Yeah.
we are also looking for that.
We're just waiting for it. It's got to be here somewhere.
Most of the books are history kind of books. Like what little bit of the time before the war, but mostly living, farming, the history of soil, I don't know, samples and decay and stuff.
Farmer's
so,
Almanac.
Yeah, a little bit of
Farm
farmer
wisdom.
stuff, a little bit of history. There is one book. It's called The Devil's Eye, and I guess that is a little bit the hell.
Intriguing.
We've
Yeah.
seen some eyes. Maybe they're related to the devil.
And it's a little it's not a hard copy, it's a little paperback. But it's bound. Got a
Do you think cult books could afford hardcover?
No, man, it's all pulp publishing.
Uh,
I'll check out The Devil's Eye.
cool. Yeah, black book, red eye on the front with Devil's
Oh,
Eye
that's
written on
familiar.
it.
Is it
looks
smut?
familiar.
oh no.
No, I don't
You
think
open it
so.
up and it is just this devil that's been keeping their eye on their target for a while and develops feelings.
Oh god, that's great. I wish it was that right now, but it's not. It has a little lock on it.
Little lock. Is the detect magic pinging on this book at all?
It's not.
Okay, I will attempt to pick the little lock on the book.
This is either the spiciest smut or some real or some real magic stuff.
Or both.
Oh no.
Spicy magic.
So you're just rolling proficiency with your tools, or?
Yeah, that'll be thieves' tools. 21.
Boop. Oh yeah. Yeah. You barely need to do anything, and it clicks open. It's not a super crazy mechanical lock. And the book just talks about a group that goes by the name the Devil's Eye, and how after their island was rendered inhabited for many years, a powerful source graced them with a new kingdom. I don't know, it's really boring. Just talking about some weird group down south and their beginnings.
Interesting.
They seem really shitty.
I will relock the book and put it back on the shelf.
Okay.
Nothing else of interest here?
No, not unless you're into history. Oh, there's
Alright.
one on tapestry making. Sure.
Oh. Actually, wait. Am I interested in making them or just taking them?
I think you're just
Yeah,
interested
no.
in stealing them.
Just
Yeah, that's
stealing.
true.
All right, so
Up the stairs we go.
yeah,
One thing that we to note is I can cast silence.
Yeah,
Which I can create a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point within range, and any creature or object inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, which is fine because we're not using thunder damage, and creatures are deafened while entirely inside of it. Like, no sound can go in or out of this zone, so we could utilize that to be able to even move around their room without being heard.
yeah. My question is, can we move the zone of silence, or if we
No,
place
it
it
is
it's
a
there?
cast in place, but it is a second level spell. I can drop 3 of these.
Is it concentration? Because if so, you can only drop one of them at a time.
Yeah, I can only drop one of them at a time, but I can drop it 3 times.
Okay.
But if we put it over like their bed while they're sleeping, then they will not hear us as we continue moving around the house.
This is true.
why do I just feel like this person's gonna get murdered? Feels bad for them.
What, by
Anywho.
us?
No.
I was like, wait, are you murdering?
Are you murdering this person?
We're here for the stabbings. I mean, I don't think we've murdered any humanoids
Have we?
directly.
I mean, we would maybe have led to a couple.
We have
of
led to
death.
deaths, or potentially led to deaths, but no one that we have actively killed ourselves.
Yeah, I
This
definitely
is
think
true.
of
Even the Grandma Brigade, we did not murder them.
no.
Oh, almost accidentally, but
Almost accidentally, but we have yet to actually murder people.
Yes, that is true.
So we
Well-
wouldn't murder them. We would simply have the town lynch them. Because that is our MO.
Better. Well, that's bedroom time. That
I mean,
sounds
really,
great.
if we find out that this person kidnapped and or killed Terran, then the town's going to be lynching them, so...
It's true.
Was it only? I wasn't there during the initial talks. I guess this is out of character. Was it like only the person whose house we're currently in that was like, yeah, we'll just have to like let Terran go or something like that, or was there
Yeah.
others?
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, there was some mumbling amongst the people, but the ringleader of the whole, hey, Terran's gone and we shouldn't worry about it too much, was Meeks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the elf was the one that wanted people to keep looking.
Because the missing guy's brother.
uh,
Okay. So, are you dropping silence or?
I think we should probably wait to get to at least the closer to the bedroom. I imagine.
Yeah, open up the door to the master bedroom, drop a silence, close the
Okay.
door.
Well, I'll say if you're stepping up the stairs, they're a little creaky, but nothing too bad that you can't just like slowly take a stupid amount of time.
Yeah.
So you get to the stairs. You presume the way the house is laid out that the door right in front of you at the top of the stairs is the master bedroom. It also curves around with a bunch of closed doors to the left. If you were to open the door to have Naroke cast Zone of Truth, you would open the door quietly to an empty bedroom.
Oh shit.
There's moonlight pooling in from the window outside.
Where's the sense of magic?
It is under the mattress.
It's
Oh
always-
my.
Oh my.
It's just a permanent sleep spell. They have sleep troubles. It's fine.
Yeah.
Since there's no one... And how many other rooms are there on this floor?
I'd say 4.
4?
Or sorry, 3 others. 4
3
total.
others? So there's no one in this room.
Correct.
So it'd probably be worthwhile taking a quick peek at the other rooms to see if we find Meeks.
Just
And
if
then
they
begin-
sleep in their spare bedroom. I mean, it's not impossible.
Yeah, so we should probably have Nick go and check, peek into each of the different rooms to see if to see if we can find Meeks, and then Naroke move over and cast silence at that point.
Okay, so I will.
Because you were the stealthy one.
Yes, I will go and check some of the other doors.
So I guess the first door leads you. It's dark as you're opening it, and it's a bathroom, like a clawfoot tub, empty. The next door looks like a drawing room. There's also a bit of storage and stuff. Lots of boxes stacked up on a wall. There it looks like there's a tapestry currently being woven, and a bunch of tapestry making supplies. And then the last room, it kind of looks like a guest bedroom, also empty. There's a bed, a bunch of pictures.
Okay, I will signal to Naroke and Marsh that the other rooms are empty.
Naroke is going to go and check the divination thing underneath the bed then.
The divination pet.
Yeah, so I assume it's still pinging, because I think that lasts for a really long time.
Yep.
But at any rate, knowing kind of where it is, you lift up the mattress, one hand, and you grab a long black dagger. It also has a red eye.
Oh, fuck!
Okay, here we go.
Here we go!
So this person is part of the cult that our good old buddy Broody is part of.
I don't think I was reading over Nick's shoulder, but like I think I would have maybe seen the cover of the book. Was there like any symbology of like the eye itself in the Devil's Eye book, or not at all?
No, I don't think you got to any of that.
Was the picture of the eye on the front of the book the same eye that's on these daggers?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And on the dude's cloak.
I thought you were looking for a description, like a meaning, like why is the eye the eye? Yeah.
Oh no, I'm looking for just straight up picture or any sort of symbology.
Yeah. Sorry, it is. Yeah, looks like the same eye.
Good. So this person is part of a cult.
But why do they assuming they're the ones who have Terran, why do they dislike our teleporty friend?
Maybe they want him to do teleporty for them.
And only for them.
I guess they're far to the south. Maybe they need him to go back and forth quicker. I don't know.
Yeah, as you guys are hanging out in the room here, trying to discern stuff, Naroke pulls out the dagger, and you're all sort of like, gosh, shit, like this looks like fucking hell. Is there anything else you want to do in this room?
Put the dagger back.
Yeah, Naroke, put the dagger back down, put the bed down.
Okay, cool. Dagger's right back where you found it.
Unless we really want to gamble, there's maybe like a hidden basement or something. I don't know if there's too much more to do here.
I would be suspicious if there weren't at least a cellar, so I'm gonna go looking for like any trapdoor or anything that.
Yeah, I will
check under the carpet in the living room.
I'll assist with any sort of like investigation or perception checks. I'm very curious.
Okay. Well, if Naroke, you guys are looking for a basement, Naroke is lifting up the carpet in the living room. You see a trapdoor.
Yeah, I knew it. There had to be one.
Excellent. Do I get smothered by the rug?
No, there's not, right? Jackass.
Anna was
is it a
fine.
locked trapdoor?
It is locked.
All right.
Oh,
I
no.
will
I've got a skeleton
I will
key.
attempt to unlock.
Okay. Also not magic, because it would have pinged, so.
Yep.
14.
14. Yeah, it's going to take you a solid couple minutes, because this is a hefty-ass lock. That's, like, inset into the wood, and it's kind of complicated, and you haven't seen it before, but you're like, I can get this shit cracked. And you do. It just takes a bit of time. And you're able to lift the hatch open. There's some flimsy stairs that lead down into the darkness.
Go team, nobody's got dark vision.
No dark vision in this entire party.
I keep forgetting. I don't think. Yeah, no. I think I checked this before. I don't.
Yeah,
Raptor
we are
has
team.
vision,
We are team no dark vision. Raptor has dark vision.
He's
but
not
I
here.
But that's it.
I
He
left
also
him
has
at
vision.
home.
Does
You don't need
Naroke
dark
have the
vision.
light spell?
No.
Why don't you have the light spell?
I have a.
I don't know why
Wait.
that's so
I
funny.
have a. I don't know if anyone mentioned this. I still have probably some leftover ever-burning torches.
Oh,
I
we
have
have
a
ways
hooded
of generating
lantern.
light.
I have a hooded lantern, which is ideal for breaking into places because you can really lower the shutter on that. So I'm gonna take out my hooded lantern and light that.
There was also candles in the house, but yeah, perfect.
Well,
Lantern.
I've never had the need for the light spell because we have like a mountain of ever burning torches.
Yeah.
This is true.
Usually
We didn't
raptors
start with
around.
those, but we got them very quickly.
Yeah, of course you stole everything you could in the castle.
Had the time.
And then you got to another castle, and I was like, all right, here's the crypt. And you're like, cool, but we're going to ransack the castle. Fucking hell. So,
I mean, you put us in a fucking castle, and
No,
there was
I
no
put
one
you-
there to stop us. Of course,
I
we're
put
gonna
you-
ransack the place.
I
And
put
I'm
you in
looking-
the crypt.
I'm looking forward to the pyramid, because what do pyramids have? Stuff to loot.
Yeah, we're gonna be. Fair warning, Mel. We're going to raid the
We're-
pyramid.
I'm
We're gonna be
very
so
aware.
cursed.
I'm very aware of that. Fair warning, pyramids also have curses and traps.
We're
That's
gonna be
why-
something. That's why we were
cursed.
getting Endress to look up all the curses and traps and stuff like that, so that we can be prepared for it
It's
while we
true.
raid the goddamn pyramid.
So, Nick, light in hand, I'm assuming leading the way then down the stairs.
Yes.
Cool. It's quite cold as you descend, obviously being underground. And there's no doors like immediately to your left and right as you're going down this hallway, but it looks like there's a door near the very end. Are you all going down?
Yep.
When
I will, as we're going down, I will wedge something in the trapdoor in case it falls closed again.
Oh, I was gonna actually like take the carpet and kind of like hold that onto the trapdoor as we close it, because that way, if they come home while we're down here, because like the last thing we'd want is for them to come down or them to come home, the carpet's flopped over, the trapdoor's open. It's like there's someone in my basement.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So the idea is just kind of fold the carpet over the trapdoor and then tuck it in under the lip.
No, it like letting the trapdoor fully close. Like honestly, if they come home and like, oh, the trapdoor isn't locked because they decided to check, then we can bust our way out. But I think when it comes to like we want to make sure that the main floor, while we're in here at least, is as close to being identical as it was. So trying to flop the carpet so it will land back where it was.
Ah, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so you're able to do that, and you are head down to the end of the hallway there. This room is not locked, probably because the trapdoor had such a robust lock on it.
Do we see light coming from under the door?
You don't. Dark hallway, no light spilling through.
Okay.
So Nick, I assume taking the lead, opening the
Yeah.
door.
Checking for like any traps or any like we still got detect magic going, right?
How long have we been in the house?
Oh, I guess you weren't dicking around too much other than that bookshelf, so maybe 7 minutes.
Okay, then yeah, I still got a few minutes left on it.
Okay, yeah. Nothing is pinging in here as being magical.
Okay.
So-
Check to make sure the door doesn't bite me before I open it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Door does not bite. You open it into a cold like stone room. Right in the middle of the room, there is a chair, big robust chair with like straps for hands and legs on it.
Mm.
Terrific.
Yeah, it's also looks like there's dried blood on the chair.
Great.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
That is very fun.
And what is everyone's hit die?
Oh.
Hit
Like
die?
the
Your- yeah,
total amount or the number on the dice value?
Yeah, like the number on the dice value for your.
I think it's
hit.
an 8 for me.
An eight.
I think I might have a mix.
Oh. That's,
Oh yeah, because you multi-class.
I have to double check. I have to
Interesting.
double check both of them. I'll be a minute.
One of them is a D6 because you're a wizard.
Yeah, artificer is D8 and wizard is D6. So.
I'm not seeing where my hit die is written on here.
Yeah, D&D Beyond, it doesn't look like it's immediately visible.
Yeah, I always just Google the character sheet.
Yeah.
And just quick. It's usually near the top.
Cleric hit die is a D8.
a D8.
I guess if you really if you want like a tiebreaker, I have slightly more artificer levels than wizard levels right now, so you could just go with the D8.
Yeah, I
wanna
think
do
I'll
it that
do
way.
I'll do it that way. Okay, cool. So do some math here. Okay. Yeah. So as you go into the room, it's kind of weirdly gory, and Nick, you get the sense of like, ah, shit, this looks like some sort of torture room.
Gross.
And I imagine as you're kind of reveling in, this isn't really fun. You guys hear the sound of a wooden door close behind you, like a thump,
Oh, great.
perhaps the trap door opening and closing, and you all start to feel extremely sleepy.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, it's so there's sort of like the panic of like, ah, fuck, someone's home, and then Naroke, you're thinking like, but I closed, I covered our tracks, like what's going on? And you heard the trap door close, but there doesn't seem to be anything in the hallway when you turn the light down. But then your brains are getting super foggy.
Let's see if I can cast a quick spell. Can I cast a quick spell?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay, first I'm gonna roll the
Surge.
the surge.
This would be great. We will all wake up because we've been fireballed.
Okay, I got a 10.
Right on.
And I am quickly casting Unseen Servant, and I'm giving it the command to wake me up if I fall asleep.
I thought it was gonna be like dispel magic or something.
Oh, that's great. Ouch.
The spell is very useful. I also solve 50% of my problems with it.
That is a great use of Unseen Servant.
That is incredible.
That being said, does Detect Magic ping anything in regards to what's going on, why we're suddenly all getting sleepy?
It's not.
It does not? Okay, so Naroke would at least know then that this is likely a poison of some sort, because sleeping stuff is technically a poison. And so Naroke is going to tap himself and cast Lesser Restoration to remove a poison from himself.
Alright. Nick, are you doing anything?
I'm looking at what I have, and I could do something, but it it could be an incredibly stupid thing to do, which is I still have that amulet of wild magic.
Ooh.
Shit, you do.
Well, Mel, question. Actually, okay, I don't explode. With me casting Lesser Restoration myself to remove the poison, do I feel any better?
No, you don't.
I don't. Okay, so I know that it's not worth trying to use Lesser Restoration to like get anyone else going.
Right.
I don't think this is a problem that could be solved with a bag of rats.
I mean,
But is
it
it
could
though?
be. You could start throwing rats down the hall, and that way it's like anyone who does come down has to deal with this however many rats you can get out before we pass out.
Assuming the rats don't turn on us. Oh man. Yeah, I don't have any sneaky poison heal potions I just collected and forgot about. So
I have
yeah,
2 vials of antitoxin.
Oh wait, I have 1 vial of antitoxin. Where did that come from?
One of the drug dens, maybe? I feel like.
Creature that drinks this vial of liquid gains advantage on saving throws against poison for 1 hour. It confers no benefit to undead or constructs.
I still have 4 potions of Don't Die in the City.
Right.
It's got to be the same thing.
So as you guys are starting to sort of feel groggy, like as this is going and your minds are racing to draw some conclusions on how to thwart this sort of end, you all get this terrible feeling of deja vu. Like maybe you felt this before.
Are we in another
Deja
time
vu?
loop?
Let's do the
No,
time warp again.
How many times have we been?
Wait, is this the thing that we would have been feeling
This is-
in the Deadland type area?
No, I think this is what happened to us pre-session 1 before we got drugged by the goblins.
God damn it!
Am I right on that?
You got me.
Woohoo!
Shouldn't we get a resistance bonus? Also, Kitty, this box isn't for you.
Kitty.
Oh, you're so big.
Tell you what, you all can make me a Constitution or a Wisdom save if you want. You can attempt to sort of thwart. Whatever. Screw words.
Words don't work. Okay, Constitution or Wisdom. Well, it's slightly better at Wisdom, so let's do that.
Nat 20.
5!
Was that also your cat? Are we both having cat problems?
I turn away to look at dice for 1 second.
Okay, question 1, which cat was it? Question 2, what happened?
Answer to question 1, it was Stitches. Answer to question 2 is Stitches was sitting on the box, which is here, and I had a bag sitting here, and Stitches was playing with the bag, fell through the arm of the bag, which the falling off of the box, and like, oh god, panic, and then took off down the hall.
Amazing.
Give me a moment to go grab paper towel.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Cat's out of the bag, y'all.
Well, in the bag and then out of the bag.
Yep.
Alright, well,
Pong.
I'm trying to decide whether I want to use this amulet of wild magic.
I mean, theoretically, if, like, one of us stays awake, hopefully we can help the other people out. Big if, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you...
Did you actually... Did you drink the antitoxin, or no?
I did not.
Mm.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure it would be useful, because if Lesser Restoration didn't work, I didn't think
Yeah, I
Amulet
was
would.
kind of thinking about that too, honestly.
Yeah, you got the sleepiness is kind of falling upon you even further. Naroke and Nick, you can choose to use the amulet if you want. Obviously, casting a spell of your choice within your range, but then it will automatically.
It's not a spell of my choice. It's just a spell.
Oh yeah. I want to cast fireball, but let's see what it actually is.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Fireball.
Yeah.
Power
that's
word
true.
kill.
I think one of us can survive the fireball if it casts. It's probably Naroke, but... he just needs to find diamonds in the next minute, and then he can revive one of us.
I
You
forget
know what I
it.
also have, and I don't know if it will be helpful, but it is something I have. I have a filter of love. I have a love
Oh
potion.
my.
Is it... what?
I mean, as long as Fireball doesn't deal max damage, I should be able to survive it. I think. Fireball
that a
is
yes?
5d6?
8d6.
8. Ooh. I mean, you could roll all ones, and then it's like a fight from an owlbear.
Our owlbear, the real measure of difficulty.
Yeah, how many owlbears of damage is that?
Well, a Fireball at max damage is 48 damage. So as long as it goes at least 5 damage below max, I can survive. Actually, not even if it goes max damage, I have an ability that will let me survive a hit.
Yeah, I say if you want to risk it, go right ahead.
As it's just power word kill and Naroke's just gone.
That's not in our wild magic table, is it? Is it?
Is anyone? I guess the question is anyone approaching the door right now?
You hear nothing. No, other than the thump of the trapdoor coming down. No steps. No steps above you. No noises. No speaking.
Assuming I can overcome the grogginess, I feel like I should start. So, is there another entrance or exit in this room, or is it just the trap door?
Trapdoor and just the room to the sort of tortury kind of room. ahead of
Okay, well, I think I'll probably start trying to see if I can force open that door while the rest of the team are trying to figure out poison stuff.
the trapdoor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess to just move this along here, as Marsh is kind of trucking to get to the trapdoor, Dominic, Naroke, you're right on the edge. So if you're going to use the amulet of wild magic or anything, now is the time before darkness overtakes your vision.
All right, fuck it. Amulet of wild magic. I'm doing it.
Can you give us a roll? How does this work, Giggle? D100 and a D4?
Roll me a D100 and a D4, and I'll pull up the wild magic table. Because I'm assuming we're
Right.
using mine.
Yes.
Okay.
D100 is 24.
And then roll me a D4 as well.
D4 is 4.
Alrighty. So, column 4 and number 24. Who is your target for this?
I think it's gonna be the trapdoor.
You're targeting the trapdoor with the surge?
Yeah.
That seems correct.
Is it fireball?
No. So the caster's target gains advantage against all attacks and saving throws against the caster. So you can... That trapdoor now has advantage on dealing with your bullshit.
Yeah, it has advantage on being picked by me.
Yep.
Terrific. Of all the things, I was hoping for something dramatic, but no, I just buffed the door.
Matt really
You buffed
wished
it, like-
the door was a mimic this entire time. It was just very patient.
Well, see, the thing is, like, had you gone, like, one less, we'd have suddenly been dealing with a whole bunch of angry imps. If you'd rolled one more, we would have a duplicate of you that is opposite alignment.
So
So it would
giving
be
us
like-
lots of money?
It would be a lawful good, Nick.
Yep.
That'd be terrifying.
Yes, give would your money clone too, and then just evil Nick gives us all the cash.
All right, yeah, that's all I got. Aside from does Marsh have a crowbar?
God, out of all the things I have a boomerang. I probably wait, that's not a yeah, I have one crowbar.
Okay, I won't bother giving you my crowbar then.
Yeah, I'll just start using the crowbar. I don't really have any things that destruct things very well except the crowbar. So yeah.
You do have a crowbar?
Yep.
Okay. Naroke is going, like, Naroke at this point realized, like, he's gonna pass out right away. He's basically got one shot left to do anything, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
And so, like, Marsh seems fine now, correct?
Yeah, he's not, like, he's shrugging it off.
Okay. Then Naroke is going to use his, like walk towards Marsh,
Hello.
tap him on the back, and I'm going to cast Enhance Ability.
Enhance ability.
Oh, cool.
And I'm giving you Bull's Strength.
Ooh.
Target has advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity is doubled.
That's sweet.
Carry us out of here.
Pretty much!
That's probably what I'm doing. Yep. Thank you. And I guess you want me to do a strength check on the door to see if I can break it with a crowbar?
I guess, yeah.
Oh, I mean, the big thing that we should probably also find out is the door locked again?
You know, I never tried. I just assumed it was locking us in.
It's... I've pulled things that are like, yeah, you go to the door, it's like, gonna lockpick the door, like, working at the door,
It
working
would
at the door,
just
working at the
be-
door, and then finds like, I'm just gonna open the door, it's like, it's unlocked.
It would just be such a strange setup. Door close, gas comes in. You can open the door.
Do it. Check to see if it's open.
Okay, before I do a strength check, I'll check to see if it's open.
It's open.
Fucking.
You get the sense
Why?
that this was opened so that something could be put into the hallway with you and then closed quickly.
Oh, the implication someone closed it on the other side. Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
So I guess now the question is, who's in the living room with you?
I mean...
Also, you should probably slap Naroke and Nick and try and wake us up.
Yeah, like my first priority was securing the escape route. It seems to be I can leave, so then I guess I would go. Also, during this, I'm commanding my unseen servant to follow me. He's not doing anything, but I cast the spell anyways.
You
Wait,
got him. You might as well
tell
use him.
tell the unseen servant to go wake us up.
I was really hoping you'd fall asleep so it could wake you up.
That would have been hilarious.
I'm just happy I thought of the idea in time. That's enough.
Yeah.
Good for me.
Have
And
him slap us awake.
yeah, I very very politely like try hit the teammates to try to get them to wake up.
You can't get them to wake up.
Is
Well,
there perhaps a smoking grenade in the hallway that you should take care of first?
Okay, I'll look at that. I'll take that. I'll look at the hallway. What's in there?
Yeah, it looks like there's a little gizmo that is leaking out a sort of smoke right from it, but as the smoke gets further away, it dissipates and you can't see it. It's only just like
Yeah,
smoke.
I
out of
take the
its door.
gizmo, just put it in the bag of holding and tie it.
That's one way to solve the problem.
All
See,
right.
now I'm just imagining though, it's like we're gonna forget about that, go to open the bag of holding later, and just gas ourselves all over again.
You have to reach in and pull something out. There's nothing that can escape the bag of holding on its own.
Actually, if we got a whole bunch of these gizmos, packed them in, like activated them, tossed them into the bag of holding, and then basically walked into somewhere that we needed to like stealth through the entire thing, and just immediately turn the bag of holding inside out because it spews out all its contents, which means all the gases.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I don't exactly know what my carrying capacity is, but with the
What's your
with the fact
strength?
I have strength 10. I was gonna say, with the fact most of my equipment is in a bag of holding, that should help a bit with carrying you guys.
Yeah, I would say you're allowed to try and carry both Naroke and Nick out of the cellar.
Maybe one at a time.
Your strength
yeah.
is 10?
Yep.
You can't carry Naroke.
Oh,
I
what?
can
carry
drag
you without
He
the.
doubled his strength, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
never
no.
mind. Yes, you could carry. Yeah, I forgot that I doubled the strength. So yeah, you've
Oh,
got
yeah,
300
yeah.
carrying capacity. Actually,
Doubled to 600. Yeah.
no, he has 150, doubled to 300.
Oh, okay.
Where's my?
Maybe just barely.
No,
drag
you
the
can't.
rope.
You can't carry. You could drag Naroke. You cannot carry Naroke.
So,
Okay, yeah.
like, I imagine Dominic, like, over one shoulder, and then grabbing the chains of Naroke's chest and
I
kind
will-
of dragging him with that.
I will also just get the unseen servant to help me carry. It has a strength of 2. It's not helping a ton. It's helping a little bit.
Perfect.
It's grabbed onto part of the chain and just dragging that too. It has Naroke's feet.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, so you get to the rickety stairs. They somehow hold on the weight of all of you. You again push up on the trapdoor. You found out it's still unlocked. It's great. It flows back behind you. You kind of push the rug sort of out of the way. You carry everyone into the room. It's an empty house, still dark.
Yeah, so I'll just quickly leave the rug somewhat how I found it. I'm not gonna take a lot of time to focus on it, but I'll just quickly move the rug back over. And then I guess I'll just go out on the window we came in on.
I mean, yeah, with the strength boost, you're able to push Naroke through the window very unceremoniously.
Face first into the ground, ass just like slowly rolls over him.
Yeah, you can do it. It's not graceful. Like,
Yeah.
Nick, you can, like, easily sort of push through and then lower to
Yep.
the ground.
Naroke takes a couple of tries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was expecting that. But yeah, and do we manage to get out?
You get out of the manor. What is your destination, Marsh?
I was just gonna pick some location on the edge of town, like, or some very
Any alley.
any hidden-ish looking area. So either out of town or if a pretty discreet area, one of the
Somebody's
two.
gardening shed.
Yeah, that also works too.
Okay. So yeah, behind the manor there, kind of the The ensuite side with the balcony leads to the forest, and you're just going to book it to that because that's the closest and the least likely to get you seen by townsfolk, I suppose.
Yeah, I right now Marsh doesn't know who's responsible for what now, so Marsh is just gonna default to trusting nobody and just go in the forest.
Yeah, you're heading
When
to
in
the
doubt,
forest.
go to the woods.
The giant rabbits never betrayed me.
Oh god, not the giant rabbits.
Yeah. So, no raptor, you have your unseen servant, you have your two unconscious friends there, and while you're able to shrug off the initial effects of the instant sleepy potion, or not potion, but, sleepy whatever's going on in there, you're starting to feel exhausted. Even though you're still able to physically carry them, you still have your...
The rope's still hard.
Yeah.
Very tiring, even with the strength boost.
Yeah, like physically, you sort of seem to be on the rebound, and you were able to shrug off what was going on, because you passed that Constitution save. Mentally, you're starting to feel kind of groggy now, and things are catching up. And I picture you get Naroke and Marsh tucked in some shrubs.
Yeah, That's yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
Shrub nap.
Yeah.
Shrub nap.
So as quick as you can, hauling that massive load, all these people, get your friends into the forest, out of the town, and find a quiet, hopefully safe place for you all to crash through whatever's just happened to you, as you two sort of succumb.
We're gonna wake up with amnesia again.
Forget the memories you've given.
You remember everything.
Why do I have these fire gloves? I'm gonna put them on.
I was seriously considering taking the potion of love, just in case I lost all my memories. The first person I saw would probably be one of my party members, and so I would fall in love with them and therefore be motivated to keep helping them.
Amazing.
I was wondering what angle you were going with that, because I was just maybe you're gonna set up a trap, so whoever walks through this trap door gets hit by the love potion and won't want to kill us or something like that. So does it not feel like I'm about to fall asleep? After I find a nice safe place to store the team, I'll take a moment of a breather, but after the breather, am I not getting worse as I'm basically searching for?
Yeah, it kind of feels like you really need to sleep right now. You feel exhausted in your brain.
Basically what I'm fishing for is I wonder if I have the energy to go back to the inn and grab Raptor and maybe Andress? Or if I don't reckon I have the energy, I guess I'll be staying here is basically what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
They might be safer.
I don't think
where
they'll
they
have
are.
the energy to get through town in any safe way.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, roll me while you're going through all this brain stuff and things are foggy, try rolling me an intelligence check.
I am kind of okay at that. Yeah, 16.
16. Yeah, you get the sense that people in the town may not be as trustworthy as you think.
Oh, I needed a 16 in to pick up on that.
you think going back to the inn right now in this state may not be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was honestly just thinking maybe in the dead of night I could just quickly do a quick in out, but no, what I'll do is I'm just at least going to take an hour nap because my unseen servant I think remains for an hour, and I'm just gonna set my unseen servant as an alarm clock basically to just wake me up an hour because I'm basically I guess just taking a short rest essentially.
Well, aren't you essentially passing out right now too, though?
I thought I'm passing out from my understanding description. I'm passing out from lack of exhaustion and lack of energy, not the gas effects. That's my interpretation. I could be wrong.
Well, yeah, we'll spin it that way. It's kind of ambiguous since you passed your check there. But you are passing out.
Yeah, so I'm just setting my unseen servant alarm clock. Maybe it can wake me up in an hour. Maybe it can't. We'll see.
Okay. Okay, so hour goes by. Your unseen servant slaps you awake. You sit up to see Dominic and Naroke still passed out, and that's where we're gonna end the session.
slap.
I don't know how it wakes you up however you want.
No, it can
I like
slap.
the idea of it slapping him awake.
I imagine that, like, okay, the command you gave Dancing Insert was to, like, wake you up. And so, like, it starts, like, poke, no response. Shake, no response. Shaking harder, no response. Whack!
All the strength 2 it can muster, which
Yeah.
is probably enough to wake someone.
I mean, technically, with the strength 2, they're if they use an unarmed strike, that would deal -1 damage. So technically,
like
it could
use some-
heal you if it slapped you enough.
Perfect. We have a new healer. Yeah.
Saddle up, Andres.
Oh man.
I'm not the only healer in town.
Slap.
Gonna end it there. That was a lot harder to get you all down than I thought it would be, and none of that went the way I thought it would. So I got planning to do.
I'll still find a use for that love potion.
You will. Go on.
Oh man, I was gonna say part of the reason why I was really considering taking the risk of going back in town even when my int check said I shouldn't, that's I'm like, Andres probably has a spell for this, right? But I'll probably get back to that next time. Try my luck.
So to anyone watching, thank you for tuning in for this shit show. To my players, thank you for playing through this shit show.
Thank you for DMing.
Always a pleasure. Giggles campaign will be streaming next Sunday.
Yep, the party's getting eaten by cake.
Yeah, that's true. Keep your cake. And then I won't be around the weekend after that because there's Easter, and so I have family Easter obligations. So we will resume after that one, unfortunately. But I hope you stay tuned into Giggle stuff and come back for our shenanigans. And we'll see you real soon.
Yep. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a good night.